We can share
Oh
undies,
my
honey.
God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are we good to go?
We good to go.
Oh,
We gonna do this
we gonna
one.
get it done. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
That's good.
Especially after you told me that young chicks will like me.
They would like you more than they would like me, definitely, just from the aesthetics. Are you telling me, like, if a girl? Well, I don't want to say sexually assaulted. We were talking about pedophilia in a really non-proactive way. It was just if somebody did have to get abused by somebody and they had to look like you or me, I think they would choose you.
Like, you think they would be more accepting of it?
I think it would be less traumatic.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I disagree. I think that kind of shit is just going to be drastic no matter what.
Just from my sweat alone.
Yeah. Have you ever watched like a Brock Lesnar fight?
I saw, well, on TV, yes. I actually saw him live at WWE.
Yeah. So there was you saw him live?
Yeah.
Lucky dude. I haven't been to a WWE fight. I'm a huge WWE fan. I've
Are
never
you?
been to a fight. No.
My wife's was big one. She got me into it, and I took her last year. Yeah, Brock Lesnar was just slamming. Who's
Dude.
that big Bulgarian dude?
Oh, Rusev?
Rusev, yeah.
Yeah.
Suplex City for like 10 minutes straight.
Dude. Yeah, we were watching the last pay-per-view. It was called Balls of Fire.
Yeah,
I know. The fact that it's called Balls of Fire is kind of like, oh,
I
geez.
dig that.
But he fought Samoa Joe at Balls of Fire, and both of them were sweating profusely, bro.
See-
like when Brock Lesnar fights, it is literally just like dripping. Like if he was wearing a trash bag,
Yeah.
it would he could probably like provide enough liquid to quench the thirst of Africa.
Wow. I was going to say just like bag it up in like $5 a bag for fans.
Yeah.
Go home and bathe in it.
Make hella money off
All of
of
a
it.
sudden, their fucking balls shrink and their triceps start rippling.
They start just getting tons of steroids.
It's like
coursing
hormone
through their
replacement
system.
therapy through his sweat.
How much testosterone is in his fucking sweat alone? My God.
Your hips start to just narrow down, shoulders widen. Start getting a flat top like a fucking dirty Spetsnaz soldier.
Yeah, man, that's great. I didn't know you were super into. Well, I guess you're not super
Yeah.
into WWE.
I watched what got me into it was great tactics from my wife was the Divas show. Do you know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Total Divas.
yeah, 'cause all the hot bitches
I
there,
know. There's tons.
and then yeah, just like okay, I'll follow down this path.
Yeah, that was the biggest one was like Paige was on that show. Do you remember who Paige was? She wasn't on for very long.
Pedro?
Paige.
Oh, Paige. Oh, yeah, I know her.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. She once all her like nude shit released, like everybody was like, nope.
Dude, she
We're
was
done with
fucking
it.
everybody.
Yeah, she was. I know.
God bless her.
Well, they all do that. It's like a cesspool. But
We don't. Well,
what?
just
Oh yeah. I mean, most when you think about it though, work environments in general, like they're pretty much like that
yeah.
the majority of the time.
I was gonna say we're mostly dudes, so we just don't go down that road.
No.
We could,
Yeah,
but I don't have an interest in it.
me neither.
I don't like to touch my own butthole.
Because of the feeling, or because like in your head you feel,
Queer?
yeah.
No, that does. It's not the queer
Does it
feeling.
feel gay for touching your butthole?
I don't know. It's
Is
just
that why?
because every time I touch it, it smells. My finger comes up not good,
Yeah.
and it's just
And
like
you can't help but smell it.
yeah.
It's like it's just natural. You gotta. Sometimes it's two. You gotta do two passes. You're just like, whew.
You know what? I did something the other day that made me think of you. I don't know why it did, but I did. I was sitting on the recliner at home, and I had both my feet on the chair, like kind of sitting back with my knees in the air. And I had to fart. And I'm like, before I do this, I'm going to put my palm on my butthole. And I just let it go. It was like a little. And then I immediately took my palm from my butthole to my face.
Oh.
Yeah, and I got a little ball.
Oh, see, like, did you do a scooper?
Yeah, it was
you
like it's almost like I just stamped my hand with my asshole, brought it up on my balls, let them flop down, went right to my face, and my first thought was, I wish Vince was here to experience this with me.
So that I could smell your fart too?
Not really smell it. I wanted to know what you would say. Kind of like it would be more introspective from me, and then you would be somebody to comment on that.
I'd pretty much just ask you how it smells. Like, do you smell the different?
I smell two distinct things.
Do you smell the cocktail of whatever it was that you ate before?
The emulsified.
How's the cocktail, man?
Oh,
is it good?
It was
mixed drink.
It's like a fucking bad drug. Excuse me while I take a Starbucks break.
So the other day, I thought of you because I was really like, you know, guys that have ball sacks on their vehicles. Most of the time, you'll see like a truck and he's got ball sack on.
The little brass ones.
Yeah, or they're like skin colored, which is even more creepy.
Real.
But I was parked in a parking lot and I looked, and there was a Mazda Miata, like a tiny ass car with a nut sack on it.
That's not okay.
Well, I agree. I think nut sacks on anything is not okay because vehicles are girls. Let's be honest.
Okay.
You don't want to ride a dude.
I know, in this new age, man.
You don't want a guy taking care of you when you're on the road, keeping you safe.
Can't assume my car's gender.
Keeping you. I can't.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a cisgendered asshole. They don't have genders, man.
Insensitive prick.
But I was thinking, why is it a nut sack that's on? Because like I have my truck is a girl. Like I know that for a fact because I fucked her.
It's kind of a dykey girl, to be honest.
Yeah, she's a little butch, but I mean, she's like Sporty Spice, dude. She's
yeah.
Tomboy. She's a tomboy.
That's a great word.
She's a tomboy. Why hasn't anyone put a pussy on a car, like dangling from it? Just like a nice long labiaed pussy.
Would you put it on the end or on the front?
On the back.
On the back?
Just like a nutsack, you would just hang it down.
Well, since the car or a truck...
Because realistically, the nutsack is where the pussy would be.
Yeah. Maybe it's because since there's 4 wheels, it automatically makes the truck look like it's on all fours and ready to get fucked if it has a pussy on the end.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
See, but...
Or like a sticker, like if you put like a pussy sticker on the bumper.
Okay.
I wonder why no one's done that.
You know what? People always just connotate pussy with weakness.
I don't.
I love it.
I think it's power. Like if you have a pussy, you've got the world by the balls.
You do. That's
true.
a great word to put it. Remember that Betty White quote that was like really famous? I don't know if she's the one who said it, but it was on Facebook and Instagram and everything. It was like, why do people say you have a lot of balls? She's like, balls are weak. You know, you hit them once and they go down. She's like, you should be, you gotta.
You've got one hell of a pussy.
You got one hell of a pussy. Those things take a pounding.
Yeah, they do. Nuts don't. They're super like sensitive. They get hurt very easily.
I once passed out getting hit in the balls with a basketball.
I got hit with a baseball in the nuts.
Oh, no.
That shit was rough, dude. I probably lost like 10 years off my ball life off of that shit.
You're not going to have good kids.
No.
If you ever do.
I'm going to have a bunch of retarded children. Great.
Todd, retard.
If God exists, I'm definitely having retarded children. Because I'm a pretty fucked up human.
Just have thumbs growing out of their hips.
Yeah. Like, if all sinners just had retarded kids, there'd be retarded kids everywhere.
Oh, no, there would be...
That's how you know God did. There can't be a God, man, because there's people that are fucked up and they don't have fucked up kids.
Can you imagine with all, like, the promiscuity that's going around? I mean, it's been around for a while, but just, like, if evolution is real, which we know it is, people are just going to get, like, these huge cocks and huge pussies, and we're all just going to be, like, half body, like, half torso, the rest cock and pussy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or highly developed twerking muscles.
Very highly developed twerking muscles. 100%.
So what the fuck was this? I don't know if you have it ready or not. The true or false thing?
Oh, you want to do that now?
We don't have to.
We can.
I was excited.
I didn't come up with any false facts, so I'm just going to have to kind of wing it.
Oh, okay. So
actually, no, I can.
We don't have to.
I'll give you these facts, and you tell me if they're true or false.
Okay.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's question 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
Okay, so this one, so I have, so we'll do 4, we'll do 8 total. 1, 2, 3.
8 questions?
4, 5, 6, no, 6 questions. So, is this one true or false? Because I came up with a few false facts, so there's probably like 3. Yeah, so 3 are false and 3 are true.
Just stop talking. True or false? Go.
Anyway, true or false? A fossa is an animal that resembles a dog, cat, mongoose, and its scientific name means hidden anus.
And it's a faucet?
It's called a fossa.
A fossa, like Mufasa.
Yeah.
Okay. And it has a retractable anus?
No, its name means hidden anus.
Hidden anus. Anus.
Anus.
I'm gonna say... I don't want to say that it's not true, but I feel like I would... This is definitely down my alley, and I've never heard of this, so I'm gonna say false.
It is true.
Oh my good God.
A fossa is an animal that looks like a dog, cat, mongoose.
And it has a hidden anus.
No, its name means hidden anus.
Okay. I was like, I gotta pull up Wikipedia right now or Google Images. I want to see how this thing disappears.
Chlamydia can infect your eye.
Can infect your eye. Can it affect your genitals? We know this. I know if you were to go down on somebody with certain STDs, it can infect your eyes and throat and everything like that. So I'll say true.
It is true.
Okay.
The common housefly is actually the most common vector for transmission of chlamydia for your eye.
So that's really odd. Just to think that there's
a fly is landing on your eyeball.
Yeah, like people let flies just land on their eyeball long enough to infect them with chlamydia. Who are these people?
I don't know. Okay.
All right.
Apartment complexes are able to perform DNA tests on dog poop to find out who the dog and the owner of the dog are when the owner doesn't clean it up.
So, don't know about apartment complexes specifically, but I know that technology, or that, yeah, it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fuckers.
Pretty cool, right?
You know, we still can't cure cancer, but we can figure out which dog is shitting on your fucking river rock path. You know what I mean?
Like, where are you devoting your time?
Yeah, I don't.
like that. They were sitting there. This guy went to school for this shit, and then one day,
figure out who's your daddy. You have a test for that.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of all these fuckers just putting their poop on the side of the road with their fucking dogs now.
All their dogs are just crapping on my yard.
Crapping
I wish there was a
everywhere.
DNA test.
I'm gonna come up with one. Fuck this, man.
Got pancreatic cancer, but there's more important shit to find out.
Like, whose dog is pooping on the sidewalk?
I don't know why we went to that accent, but it was good. Good choice.
Jury nullification is when a jury can find a law unjust and nullify it rather than find someone guilty.
False.
True.
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah. I was reading about it, and it's basically that you can, if a jury decides to nullify a law and they say that, no, this law shouldn't exist and it's unjust, they can basically say that we nullify it.
Damn.
So it doesn't get rid of it, obviously, but it basically...
So if it was a jury full of people that just love, like, having sex with dogs, and the guys...
For bestiality.
Yeah, and they're like, that's not okay.
That's not okay.
It's just who he loves.
It should be real. But see, the issue is, have you ever been through? I don't remember if we talked about this in the last. No,
Bestiality
I think
Anonymous?
No. The basically the justice system in general. Did we ever talk? We've talked about it, I think, but I don't think we talked about it on the last one.
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. And my knowledge on laws.
Have you done jury duty?
I've never done it.
Okay.
I try to talk about it just because I don't want to jinx my...
Okay, so Marlon got stuck into jury duty. I guess he's got to go to jury duty.
Like now?
Platform. Nah, it's like probably next month because I think he got the summons. But it's like the worst thing I ever seen, that summons in the mail, dude. I fucking hate it. Anyway, basically the way the process works from my experience that I had, and it's pretty much one of the worst experiences in my life. Let me just put it that way. As far as I've never been so bored in my life. And I've never felt so pointless. It sounds like you just do a lot of
standing around.
Oh, no, you do a lot of sitting around.
Sitting around?
It's really annoying. So you go in, and you check in at the table, and they basically tell you, like, okay, they take your summons, and they're like, they rip off a piece, and you get a juror badge. And so you take that, And you go and you sit down. And you sit there for probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like you're just sitting there doing nothing. And so you're sitting there waiting, and they show you a video. And the video, they pop it up on the screen, and it's basically talking about the importance of the jury and how much of a role you play. And it's basically like, oh, you know, our system is set up this way, and this is why this works and whatnot.
It's almost like a draft video. And why you should be excited that you got drafted.
And it's like the worst actors possible, and they're just sitting there like, I am doing my part, and like, you know, thumbs up everywhere.
Electrocute him.
Yeah. So you sit there, you watch the video, and then after the video's done, you wait more. So you're sitting there waiting for another hour, and they tell you like, okay, we're gonna take a lunch break, be back at this time. So then you go and you sit in your vehicle and you fucking jack off or whatever the fuck you want to do. And you just sit there and you're just hating your life because you're like, oh my God, I've been here for fucking 4 hours and I'm just done.
Is there a dress code or etiquette for it?
No.
Okay.
Thank God. So once that happens, they'll call names. So they'll call, or numbers. I can't remember if it's the juror numbers or your name. But they call like a list of certain people at random. And those random people get selected to go into the courtroom.
So it's the lottery for it?
Yeah, the rest of the people can leave that don't get called. The problem with that is these people just waited 4 hours just to do nothing.
Well, I heard, don't they do some sort of interview process with you too?
Mm-mm.
No? Because I thought, like, if you said,
well, okay, so I'm
like,
getting
I'm
to that.
racist
I'm getting to that.
or I love... Okay.
So you get called into the courtroom. Then they sit you down, and the judge goes over his shit. So the judge is like, he's explaining the law to everyone.
Gotcha.
And he's basically saying that you are innocent until proven guilty. And he can't stress that enough. You are innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty.
But it was just an hour of him just repeating that.
Yeah, I know. Just like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
And your eyes are just pride wide and your ears are, you know.
He has one big eyelash.
Yeah. So he's sitting there and he's basically explaining the whole situation. And after that, they'll call people at random to go on the stand, on the juror box.
Okay.
So the jurors all line up. They have, it's whatever, 13 people. And those people that they randomly call go sit there. And then the lawyers, so the defense and the prosecution, they take turns going up and asking specific people. And from what I could tell, they're basically judging all of these people based on their appearance. Because they'll ask certain people, like you would see a person, like if he's, let's say he's a guy that looks like he has been around the block or something, you know, like he's a Vietnam vet.
I want to interject. I'm imagining this process being like that little fat black kid off Hook.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to find it. Like, he's like, there you are, Peter.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Okay.
So they basically select these people and they'll ask them questions. They'll be like, you know, so this person is, let's say it was, this person was caught in public drinking and he fucking crashed into a bicyclist or something. Drug driving.
Copscotching.
So he'll ask, like, do you feel that in this situation that there is any way that the cop could be in the wrong or something like that? And if the guy says, like, no, cops, I believe cops wholeheartedly, they'll keep asking. And basically all they're doing is weaning out the people that do not help their case. And from then, those people are gone. They'll send them home, like, immediately. Like, they'll ask a series of questions between the two of them.
Okay.
And then afterwards, they'll all call out, we dismiss this juror number, blah, 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 and they'll dismiss them.
Okay.
And they go through that whole process until they both agree on the whole jury.
Wow.
And all of the people that didn't get randomly called go home. And I was one of those people. So I sat there for like 8 hours. I was at this fucking place. And then bam. And if the court case carries, so after they do the jury selection, you have to go back, obviously, for the trial. And if the trial goes longer, then you have to come back again. So you're just always constantly having to.
So during this process, are you
back.
literally just on call for this process until they decide that you're just done? Like if you don't fit their criterion. What I don't get is why is there a criterion if it's supposed to be each individual like peer?
That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be judged by your peers, yet they're choosing what peers are going to be judging. Now, I get it. If someone's a racist, yeah, you shouldn't be in a jury.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what if?
Generally, if you prove your case, then why would if for instance, if someone was more partial to a police officer,
mm-hmm.
but there was evidence that the police officer was full of shit, mm-hmm. then why? That person's not going to be like, oh, well, I still believe the cop. There's evidence proving otherwise.
Well, it should be objective. They probably shouldn't have such a. It sounds like there's a intense, rigorous criteria for things you accept and things you don't. Like I said, I hate cops or I love cops. Regardless of what anything did, I'm going to side with the cops.
Right.
That makes sense. But I mean, you have to. Somebody's going to go, okay, there is evidence A with evidence B equals evidence C, so that means the greater likelihood that this is the outcome for that.
Right.
You have to be able to put all that stuff aside and see what your best logical explanation of how it's gonna.
The thing that irritated me was there was a lady that was there and she had zero personality. She had no opinion whatsoever. She didn't give a fuck.
She was a eunuch,
and they chose her.
Wait, can a woman be a eunuch?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe just barren.
I think the definition of eunuch is someone who doesn't have testicles. I think that's the whole deal.
Oh, never mind. Strike that, reverse it.
So yeah, and it just kind of led me to be like, man, like this shit's fucked up. Like the way the system works, I don't believe in the innocent until proven guilty. I believe you should be guilty until proven innocent. Like, if you're having charges against you, mm-hmm. you did something to get there. Aside from little situations where, like, yeah, this guy's getting caught up for the murder of his wife when, if you have an alibi, then you're good. Like, if you have evidence proving your innocence, then you're okay, right?
Yeah.
But if you're innocent until proven guilty, that means if someone accuses you and no one shows up to defend it, you're innocent.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Not really. It is if you're the fucking criminal.
Yeah.
But like if you let's say it was a really bad situation, like that guy raped a child. And let's say for some reason the child didn't have parents that gave a fuck. Like the parents were just let's say it was the parents.
Okay. Yeah.
And no one was there to see it. No one was there to witness it. And the kid wouldn't speak up. This guy might walk because he's innocent until proven otherwise. Versus my method where he's guilty no matter what until you can prove otherwise.
But that could have bad instances for other people who were in fact innocent. Because, I mean, I don't know the statistics on it, but it seems like there's a lot of people that go to, well,
You're
not
saying
a lot
like
of people.
A guy that was accused of raping a girl when he didn't actually do it?
Something like that. Or just people that have like either life sentences or death sentences and they really did not do anything. Like,
which is really fucked up, by the way, like when girls fucking do that to guys. Like she's like just turning 18 and the guy's 18.
Yeah.
And like she's basically like, oh, he raped me. And it's like, what? Are you kidding?
And it's like a statutory thing.
But like you both know, like when you were sitting there like getting down to it, she's like, I want your dick so bad. Like, how bad would you fucking
Maybe that's why we have
that?
Snapchat now.
I know.
It's like a little recording.
You get a little snippet and then it's gone. Like, poof.
Just send it out there. I swear I'm not raping anybody.
I swear I'm not doing it.
Kitten ears.
I mean, that would be a good alibi.
Yeah.
Well, Snapchat wouldn't. Well, I guess it could be because your story would still show. You could review the story over and over again.
In court.
In court, you're just like, I have a Snapchat. I was washing my truck when that happened. It shows the time and the date.
Just Vince washing his truck and laughing in a squeaky voice.
I did wash my truck yesterday.
Very nice. I noticed.
It was. I feel good, man. I mean, I take care of her and she takes care of me, dude.
Well, it's a nice truck.
I mean, it is. But it was, I don't know. I like to have that personal intimacy with her, you know?
Well, you like it. You want to take care of it because you're going to want to have the...
I want it to keep looking nice.
Yeah.
Because like I usually slack off my other trucks. Like they'd get to a point where I'd kind of, neglect the cleaning of them.
As long as I get the oil. You know,
Is that it? You're just an oil change guy?
Well, for the most, well, that's probably the most important thing, just for basic maintenance. The thing, I don't want to get back to rape, but I was thinking about that.
It's like the worst subject.
It is, but
it's probably
because getting raped is like one of the most, aside from actually probably getting raped and then getting killed.
It's one of the most terrible, traumatic experiences anyone could ever have to go through, guy or girl. Can you imagine just a big, huge, like Samoan chick just mowing down on your dick without you wanting her to? Like
it's still
most raunchy.
It's a personality thing, but it's not like what, like she gave me some sort of like we were in a club, she hit me with like a syringe, and like 15 minutes later my legs don't work.
She just roofied your ass.
As long as I didn't die. Like she decided.
So you're unrapeable, basically.
I mean, if a dude did that, I would be really.
Dude, if you got raped by another guy,
yeah,
like a big gay guy, or like guy out of jail, guy out of prison, just comes up and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking and just shoves his dick
scar
in your
tissue
ass.
All over him,
dude." I'd be traumatized.
I'd be ruined.
Ruined.
See, now and we just don't have that kind of fear to the point that women do, because just women are smaller, weaker. Imagine just having that fear. Which I understand why women get paranoid about it, but it's almost equally as wrong, aside from the physical and emotional pain that someone would do to a woman that way.
I think I'd be scared of you even if it was consensual, to be honest.
Of me? Oh.
You're a big dude.
I'm kind of big. Like I said, I look.
You got those trap muscles. They're kind of scary, dude.
I look almost like a subhuman, a little bit, like kind of like Neanderthal. To where it's like...
No, I don't know about Neanderthal.
Oh, I have Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah, but you don't have those big-ass ridges of eyebrows. The sunken-in eyes. I've seen cavemen dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys that just look like cavemen.
You ever seen those women that, like... I want to say they're, like, Northern European in descent, but they look like identical genetic carbon copies of each other?
No.
They're almost genderless. It's hard to explain. They almost have, like, blue eyes, gray hair... They kind of dress the same, like light denim jeans, and they might be above.
Are you painting a picture for yourself right now, or is that legitimately?
I feel like I've seen that, and they always wear white tennis shoes.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, and they're very analytical.
Like nurse shoes, like old ladies do.
It's weird how old ladies always wear
like nurse shoes.
Jesus, what the fuck are those shoes that start with an N?
New Balance?
New Balance. I was thinking of Netgear, and I'm like, that's not it. Fucking router shoes. Hotspot shoes.
That, $1 million idea right there.
You know, it's going to go out to everyone now.
Yep. Just built-in Wi-Fi in your shoes.
The more you exercise, the stronger the Wi-Fi.
They're like $1,500. The new Nikes, they're like the pumps, except inside the tongue they have the...
Fucking Wi-Fi adapter.
The
new Eero...
Yeah, it creates like a mesh network out of all your surrounding
shoes.
Yeah.
Need to beef up the signal on the part of your house. Your little brother just chucks a shoe up the stairs. The latency just got a lot less.
Motherfucker, come closer to me, man. You took your shoes off by the front door.
Billy, get your fucking ass up here so I can tap off your shoes. And you get mad at your parents because they favor a kid. They get the good internet shoes, and you got the secondhand fucking shitty internet shoes.
You know what? Speaking of technology, you know what I was thinking about the other day, and this is the pervert side of me, but there was a really, really hot chick that I saw, and you know how you can't be a jackass and like stare, like as much as like
I'm afraid.
I like to do. Yeah, I know, me too.
Yeah,
I like to do it. Like I feel bad when I'm like I know she knows how she looks, and she knows how she's dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knows that guys are gonna stare at her, but then it's frowned upon when you do, you know.
See, do you smile if like for some reason you do catch yourself staring and they catch your eyes? Do you smile?
No, I don't have the balls to smile. I look away.
Oh, because I enjoy staring.
I do too, but I'm not necessarily. Well, I'm not even gonna lie, like, and say that I'm not staring to fucking. I'm eye fucking her, basically, is what I'm doing. But I was thinking, how nice would it be, or creepy, however you want to look at it. But if we had contacts that could take pictures, and you just kind of
so it's a 2-for-1. You wink, and also you get a snapshot.
It's gonna you have to have the balls to wink at her, but it's also gonna give you something in return because you're gonna be able to now see.
But then you look kind of insane if you like try to take multiple pictures. And you're just
like winking with both eyes.
And all of a sudden, an ambulance is en route to
but you. It would have to be that you had to wink with one eye, though. Somehow you would have to make... Because if you just blinked, like, then it would not work.
What if his voice command? So you'd have to be far away.
Picture!
Focus! 20 yards. Blonde hair. Engage! Shutter sequence.
You had to yell some blasphemous thing. You just had to yell fuck really loud. You're just like, fuck!
Like a code word. Like rewire the sequence.
Yeah.
Just like Pigeon Fury. You're just walking around a store.
Pigeon Fury.
Pigeon Fury. Taking pictures of everyone.
Pigeon Fury.
I feel like you'd have to shit your pants after that just to kind of complete the cycle of you being an insane person. Yeah, see, that's not a good idea for women. Maybe I don't know if I like the contact idea. Unless it was really sly.
Oh. Why?
That's creepy.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I know. But because I can't stare, like I want to so bad, like that part of me, I can't stop. I can't not look. Mm. And when you're standing in a public venue and you see her and she like isn't looking at you, like I've got full reign right now, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah. See, I
wish I could be a piece of shit, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to look like a pervert. Even though in my head, I'm like, I want to eye fuck her right now.
See, I get so scared that I become aggressive. Just visually. Like, if I'm staring and all of a sudden
you just kind of...
it becomes a contest, and I know my eyes furrow a little bit. And and they get scared, and it's like, that's not the outcome I was looking for.
That's not at all what I was looking for. Like, I was looking at you to look, I wanted you to look at me back and smile, but that never happened.
No, I give her a look like you want to go street fight.
Like women say that they check men out, but I've never been, not that I was aware of at least, I've never been checked out. Girls will tell me sometimes, not like, cockiness aside, I don't really have any, but girls will tell me like, oh yeah, girls must check you out, and I'm like, I don't think so.
I've never felt attractive enough to warrant that type of thinking. You know what's funny? I had
I'll have days where I'm like, I look pretty good today, but for the most part,
I look nice. I don't look like a hobo. Kind of like that's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't look like a complete piece of shit right now.
I had a coworker years ago. We were all discussing this same topic, pretty much like girls checking out dudes, and we were asking, like, so what do girls look for? And it really took me aback just because it made me feel kind of like maybe like a woman, like objectified. She's like, shoulders, and then I look straight at the bulge.
Do you think that's... They have to check out the bulge.
Shoulders and then bulge was what she said.
You know what bugs me, though, about the bulge in particular, is I'm a boxer brief guy.
Same here, yeah.
And it keeps your dick really, like, tight. Like, it keeps it confined into a small space. So, I mean, I don't have a gigantic cock or anything, but, like, it definitely hides a lot of... it's like a sports bra. It's like a sports bra for dicks.
It's supportive. It's not meant to be flashy. It's meant to just keep you from really getting the elasticity in your balls when you're walking. Yeah. See, like, that's what...
keeps... You know why I like boxer briefs? Is because it keeps my ball sack off my leg.
Yeah, see, and that's what the tighty whities, they cut too much into the crease. Yeah. And that's no good.
No, because it crawls up your ass, too.
Yeah. And you can't be a dude and have shit go up your ass.
And I literally have not worn briefs, underwear, like tighty whities, since, like, I was a kid, and I was wearing, like, Spider-Man underwear. But what I do remember is that it stuck with me that shit, like, crawls up your ass.
It's not comfortable. Boxer briefs were the great... liberator for that.
Because I used to wear boxers all the time, just loose fitting, boxers, and
that was more being cool.
Yeah,
kind of like
well, because you could walk around and look like shorts. Like you wear boxer briefs, it's like, oh, I see his dick.
I can tell you when I stopped that.
What, boxers?
Yeah, because I wore boxers and I did exactly that. Nothing on, and my brother's girlfriend come over. She's like, "Why are you wearing boxers and I can see right through your dick hole?"
Yeah.
And I did not even
because
think
they
about
never.
that.
It was. I guess you do have. There is quite a few boxers that have a button, but I seem to never get them. Like I always had ones that didn't have a button, you know. And yeah, your dick would flop out randomly.
Yeah, she made me feel terrible. She's like me. A girl comes over and you're wearing your underwear and your dick hole is open.
But that shows the difference between guys and girls. Is she was like, "Why are you?" This was your sister-in-law?
No, she was never a sister-in-law. It was my brother's girlfriend.
Okay, so no relation to you whatsoever, and she's not down to check out your dick. Versus if that was a girl and you could see through her panties, you'd be like, you wouldn't say shit.
No, I would
exactly
let the magic.
But
be.
she doesn't want to check out your dick.
No.
Not that a dick is very. It's not very appealing when it's in its normal state.
I would say most on either gender, genitals aren't the most appealing thing.
Unless it's huge.
Like
I feel like a giant hog is definitely more attractive than
kind of like a sideshow dick.
Average sized penis. What?
Kind of like a sideshow dick. Almost
like it's like a porn star.
It's abnormally big. It's like it draws your attention like a freak show.
Yeah. A dick that's so big when it gets hard, the head's smaller than the rest of it.
Wow.
Have you seen those porn star dicks?
Kind of looks like an eel.
Yeah. I find a lot of I almost think of it as like a game, like when you're watching porn, to like see how big the guy's dick is. I'm envious most of the time. Like
I heard a lot of it's camera angles.
It can be. Well, if you look at your dick from the bottom side, it's a lot bigger than if you look at it from the top. Because your dick isn't just like where it stops at your pelvic bone. Like it goes under, like where your balls are. So when it blends in with your balls, it looks bigger.
Gotcha.
Like a side view, it's bigger than the top view. The top view, from what I've noticed, is basically where it looks the smallest.
Okay.
So you'll rarely ever see a guy that's taking a picture of his fucking dick from the top.
I've never had pride in mine though, just because every time I see it, it's just angled, so it always looks like a boomerang dick.
Because does yours lean?
Yeah, a little to the left.
Mine's like straight, dude. It doesn't lean either way. It just goes up, and it's got a little curve to it.
Oh, like going like towards the ceiling fan?
Yeah, it's just like a normal. I don't know. It's just kind of like a small curve, but it curves up.
Mine goes to the left. But I've like seeing porn. I think that's normal to have like
I saw a porno the other day, and this guy had the tip of his dick curved down, just the tip. Like, you know, when those people do that thing with their fingers where they can go like this, you know, and they can curve like the first knuckle,
the knuckle closest to the nail.
That his dick was like that.
Yeah, maybe it was like
and there was like
Prince
a girl,
Albert
and it was small too. And there was a girl that was like sucking on it, and she was like sucking on the tip, and it was just kind of like, ugh. Like, I feel she's earning her pay today.
I think she would like get her teeth kind of locked in that little knuckle joint,
right under the dick.
Yeah,
probably.
Oh,
yeesh.
You know, there's a subreddit, I think it's called Reality Dicks. I go there a lot. It makes me feel good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They're just all average-sized penises?
Yeah, it feels more normal.
Does it make you feel above average? Or does it...
It makes me feel like I'm in equal company.
You fit in. Okay. So all I got to do is go on that Reddit and I'll know how big your dick is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some dicks in there that are quite impressively small.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't say micro penises, but definitely guys that are kind of working with 3.5, 4-inch dicks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That is. But I mean,
if you know,
they're all with women.
I guess if you know how to work it. But you know what the problem that comes with that is there's a lot of positions that you would fuck in that it would pop out all the time.
Yeah.
Which would make it very, like if the girl did like reverse cowgirl and she was like facing away from you and she was riding you, like how many times your dick would pop out when she goes up and down, especially if your dick is one of those that curves up and it's not really good at going down, like mine.
Yeah.
Like you would have to fucking, she's like sitting there just, and then your dick would pop out all the time. I would fucking hate that.
It's harder with girls with big asses and hips too.
Yeah. You wouldn't even be able to get through the cheeks. Like if you're fucking Beyonce.
Yeah.
There's no way. No way. I don't even think my dick would reach, to be honest. Like you just fucking, you really have to spread it.
Yeah, you'd have to...
Like a lot.
Yeah, just open it up and then just try to ram your hips into there and pray that something's going to hold.
I've definitely never fucked a girl that had an ass that big. I've had some very nice asses, but I've never had one that big.
You know what's funny? I've had a few girlfriends that had big asses where I would have a little trouble sometimes. I couldn't get a consistent flow going. And my wife probably has the most voluptuous butt of them all, but she just worked with me and we found out a way, so it's pretty nice.
What's your favorite position? Are you a doggy guy? Just standard doggy?
That, it's all kind of mood based. If you just want to quickly just and go to sleep, that's the you're gonna nut like in 2 seconds with that way.
Yeah, if I'm ever having a moment where it's taken me a while to come, like if you're on like the third round, you're on round 3, you've already been around the block a couple times. For me, it's if I need to get off, like if she's just like, okay, come on, then it is definitely like lay her down, legs together, ass just face up, flat on the bed, and just fucking use the bed spring to just like bang her back up. Like you're going like this on the bed.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever do that? Where you like press down on the bed and let her bounce up into your dick?
Oh no, but that sounds amazing.
It's so much less work.
I assume you've had sex on the floor.
Oh yeah.
So that right there, since you have no cushion, and if you're trying to do something that's kind of like resistance based, like you're just trying to slam, like imagine like a dog, even if they're on their back, like missionary style. Yeah. There's no give. Yeah. So it feels like you get the best penetration that way.
See, I feel like you get more penetration the more I'm doing. Like if you're doing her from the back and you've got your hands on her hips and you're just kind of just pulling her towards you and you're thrusting, I feel like that gives you the most depth.
Okay.
Because you can really like when you get really into it and it's you're in full bore like werewolf mode and your balls are like slapping up against her as hard as possible to the point where you're probably getting her off because your balls are slapping her clit so hard. Mm-hmm. That to me is where you're getting the ultimate.
It's a rare occasion I get a ball slap.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Mostly
you're not fucking hard enough?
No, they pretty much stay like, I'll have instances where they're kind of low hanging, but for the most part, they like to stay close.
Oh, they scrunch up?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I can kind of relate, but not really.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Has it always been that way?
I would think so. It's weird. Just certain instances, like, God, my balls are like in the way. Like if I try to get out of a car and you like smash them as you get off the seat, that's when they're kind of low hanging. But for the most part, they just try to stay tucked up and hidden and safe. I think it's like an evolutionary thing. So you never know when you're getting in a fight and your balls have to tuck in your inner groin so some fucking wild animal doesn't like rip your groin out.
I'm trying to think if my balls ever scrunch up during sex. I don't know if they do or not. I've never paid attention. I know that I've had.
Do they do it ever?
I don't know. Oh. I would say that almost every instance I always hear ball slap.
Like a turtle shell.
Yeah,
like
no, I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like if I'm not fucking, you mean? Yes. Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but during sex, I don't know if I've ever had my balls like scrunch up.
Like if I was to lay on my back right now and you were to take my pants off and like push my underwear to the side,
chances
are they'd probably be turtled.
I don't know. I don't know if they would. Do you ever like suck it in when you're fucking? Like, are you trying to hold your belly back?
Oh, I think my balls. I'm like, I've never been able to do that.
Because you know how like if you suck in your belly, your balls like move up.
No.
No.
I don't think I've ever noticed that.
Do it.
That could be a hernia.
Sucking it. Yeah.
I'm not feeling any ball movement.
Like, you're like move your diaphragm.
I mean, maybe.
They go up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not your sack, it's your balls.
Okay. Work on that. Almost like a male Kegel.
Yeah.
Magel.
Well, that's a thing, right? Because you can flex your dick, right?
Yeah.
There was a TV show. It was called Sex Talk with Sue. Did you ever see that?
Oh, with the old lady?
It was a late night TV show. And
I did some crazy shit to that lady.
It was
just talking about it. It was great.
She is a savage. She's like the Betty White of sex. Yeah. Like she is so educated in everything she does, and like the people would call in, and it was like a late night show. I remember it would come on at like 10 or something like
Sue
that.
Johansson.
10 or 11. Yeah, it was Sue Johansson. Sex Talk with Sue. and it was just this old ass lady, and she would pull out the dildos, and like she'd have all these different ones, and she'd like show you like, oh, this one's good for this, and like people would call in, and it was mostly, but the reason I got to this is because that was how I learned that you could do dick kegels. And there was a lady, and she was saying, my husband he comes really fast all the time. And it sticks with me because, I mean, every guy has that instance where he's like, oh, damn, I busted hella fast. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't go around two. Sometimes it's just not in the stars. So she was talking about how if he's about to come, if he feels he's about to do it, he pulls his dick out and he pinches the tip of the dick. And if you pinch the tip of the dick, it causes a little bit of pain, which causes you to not come. And I have tested this, and it does work. Because you pinch it for probably like 5 to 10 seconds, and your dick will still stay hard.
Okay.
But you won't bust.
Do you think that's why some of those videos, like girls in stilettos, like stomping on guys' nuts, is just a way to like divert?
God. No, that's just horrible shit. But no, it fucking works. Like, you pinch the tip of the dick and you won't bust. And then the other one was if you do dick kegels, like you...
Is that like dick jumping jacks?
Yeah, so you get your dick hard.
Okay. And
then you just keep flexing it. And you just keep doing it. And I think you can do it when you're soft too, but...
I can. If I'm not hard, I can kind of make my dick go left or right.
Yeah. But it basically works out your dick to the point where you have... I would assume it creates a little less sensitivity, and the sensitivity is the issue.
Should we get like a Rocky soundtrack going to these exercises?
Yeah. Dude, just get really into it. Dun, 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 dun.
Just sitting on the steps with no pants on, just flexing your cock. People are throwing change at you because they think you're homeless and you're just fucking training.
You're like,
in a Bible.
They think you're constipated.
Just because you are pooping a little bit.
No, you're sucking in, not blowing out.
Hey, whatever's going, you can lose control down there.
Not doing that.
Wow, I just got lightheaded. That's crazy.
I did that. Did I ever tell you that I did that? What was that method that you told me about, the breathing thing?
Oh, the Wim Hof method?
Wim Hof method.
Yeah.
I did that.
Did you almost pass out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I did it when I was sitting down. I was like laying back, in a reclined position. But it was it's a really weird experience.
Mm-hmm. You can I do it laying down just for
I don't think I'll ever do it again.
No, you're supposed to do it in rounds of 3.
Yeah, I did it in rounds of 3.
Okay. And you can potentially knock yourself out because you're super you're hyperventilating in a sense.
Yeah, you get super over oxygenated. And I got to the point where I was super lightheaded, like.
And what that is Wim Hof is a Dutchman. Is he Dutch? I think he's from the Netherlands. He developed this breathing method where it's like a controlled, in a sense, hyperventilation breathing method, to where his claim was if you do this method in rounds of 3, you can make your blood more alkaline, and in that instance you can make yourself healthier. I don't know all the details of it, but they did a study where he taught people this method, and they were injected with some sort of bacteria or viral strain, and the claim was if you do this method you can consciously control your immune system. And I think it was proven that they all did, so there's some sort of merit to it. But if you don't kind of try to take it easy on yourself while you do it, you can pass out. That's why you're not supposed to do it like in a bathtub or anything.
I was trying to find the guy's name, but is his name Wim Hof?
Wim Hof, yeah.
Oh, okay.
W-I-M.
I thought it was just like a name for the method. Like, he was just like, oh, what can I fucking name it? Wim Hof. Okay, so the guy's name is Wim Hof.
Yeah. No, his name's Wim Hof. He's a cool dude, too.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. If he was the guy in the video that I watched, he's a weird dude.
He's
strange. He's like straight hippie.
He's actually known as the Iceman. Like, he became famous for doing cold.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you call them? Yeah, like feats of strength, but with cold.
Yeah.
Like ice water baths, being encapsulated in snow.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, he was doing, I think, the breathing method. He'll do it before swimming. He swam under like this glacier iceberg. His eyes actually froze over while he was swimming, and he went blind.
Wow.
Trying to get to the other side. And then once his eyes kind of defrosted, they worked again.
That's pretty...
I think if you go on those rounds of it, it almost becomes psychedelic.
I felt like if I had kept doing it, I would probably get to that point.
Yeah.
Well, because in the video, he has the guy laying down on the couch, and he's telling him how to do it. The one that I watched, at least.
Yeah.
And he's like guiding the guy through it, which would be a lot better than doing it yourself, when he's guiding you through it and he's telling you, think about this.
Yeah.
And...
Because I think not the main, but one of the suggested mindsets was try to focus on healing yourself, even though it seems like bullshit. Like, imagine that feeling you get when you're almost hyperventilating.
Yes.
Like, use that, because you're getting an adrenaline rush from that a little bit. Use that to, like, go from your head to your toes slowly and just try to, mentally take away any of the bad shit. And, like, if you got arthritis in your elbows or something like that, and it's supposed to just make you feel better.
Well, it's supposed to rid you of disease.
It's because when you explain it like this, it sounds like, okay, it's just almost like a placebo, like a breathing placebo. But the test they did in that hospital, it showed that those people were controlling their immune response to that kind of like inflicted infection. Go check it out.
I thought there was one that was
Wim Hof.
Wasn't there something about cancer too? Like somebody had tried the Wim Hof method and then it eliminated.
I think
they went into remission.
There was a guy, I don't know about remission, but I don't think it was progressing, because I guess the guy was on chemo or something.
Maybe it stalled it.
Yeah,
cancer stopped spreading or something.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But I don't think it was cured or in remission. That was on YouTube too. I think all his videos are either on his website or YouTube.
Yeah, he's
kind of a strange dude, but he's a good dude. And I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but what we've seen so far, has been tested.
I can't prove otherwise. So.
No, not at all. I like the theory. Anything, eating healthy, meditation. Meditation's big, like just trying to really calm your brain down and focus on positivity. As kind of hippie-ish as that sounds, it does work.
I will say that eating healthy was one of the best things I ever did.
Yeah.
Like when I got sick and I was, I don't even know what it was. I think it was just my body being like, dude, you're done. Like you're fucking old. Like you need to stop this shit. Cause I was bad. Like I was eating fast food every day. Because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to eat fast food every day. Cooking's gay. Like nobody wants to have to cook. Which I got to a point where I was like, okay, you're just going to have to start doing it.
Yeah. It's work.
It is.
That's the fucked up part.
And it's expensive. Let's be perfectly honest. Like making salads and buying organic's a bunch of bullshit. Did you ever see that documentary? It was on Netflix and it was talking about how organic anything is basically just a bunch of bullshit.
I still think they use like pesticides and stuff on them, which are not good.
They do.
But I think as far as veggies and stuff goes, if you're eating stuff with GMOs, it's really no different.
No, it's not.
Nutrition-wise, there's nothing bad going there.
No.
I think the only thing they harp on, and by they I just mean the scientific consensus online, is if you can try to get organic or grass-fed, your animal protein is what you should get.
Grass-fed is a little different, though.
Yeah. Because all those antibiotics and stuff, like, they form into the fat.
There's no pesticides on grass-fed beef.
Well, yeah. The GMOs, like, and stuff like that. And bad antibiotics is actually the big thing because they're rapidly growing these animals and they're in fucking feces.
So and they're also using, like, steroids and they're basically, giving them growth hormones and things like that so that they grow faster so they can produce more in a short amount of time.
And it consolidates, like, condenses in the fat.
Yeah.
So if you have, like, a steak where you have, like, a big thing of fat in it, I mean, I like the taste of fat, so I'm going to eat it.
See, I'm not a fat guy.
No.
If I get a steak, I'm cutting all the fat off.
Oh,
or I'm going to char the fuck out of it so that I can eat the fat.
Well, I'm not one. If it's, like, literally, like, a piece of fat the size of my hand, I'm not eating
I like it when the whole outside of the steak is, like, completely charred, but the inside is, like, perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Wagyu beef, like Kobe beef?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what they've actually massaged the cows in. What makes the steak so good is those massages work the fat, like, thinly into the actual meat, the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So it just becomes insanely marbled, and that means every bite you have is going to be delicious.
As fuck, yeah. but yeah, I was eating like shit all the time, and it got to the point where I was kind of like, you know what, I need to start eating right. And the way I jump started it was I did that juice thing that I kept telling you about.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to do the juice cleanse. They call it, it's not really like a juice cleanse, but it is kind of cleansing in the sense, but it was really hard because you're basically, the way it works is...
I can't remember, was that a full liquid diet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, basically you have, morning, you have four a day bottles. I can't remember. I think it was 8-ounce bottles.
Mm-hmm.
4 8-ounce bottles of juice, and those are your meals for the day. And you are not consuming any kind of like whole food. So you're not consuming anything other than
you're not breaking down anything that's actually a dense food. It's all liquid.
The diet itself, I got it. It was there's actually a Netflix documentary on it, and it's Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead is the name of it, and he has a book and everything, which I bought for it.
Sounds like a health version of
Fat
Single Rated.
Yeah, and he did it to lose weight. I did it to get healthy, but...
Well, yeah, you never, as much as I know, you never had a weight problem.
I mean, I was getting chunky for a while. I was getting bigger than I wanted to be. In fact, my buddy showed me a picture of me from last summer, and he was like, bro, I didn't realize how much bigger you were, like, back then.
Tubby?
Yeah, not like tubby, but yeah, I was definitely bigger. But yeah, so you do I bought a juicer and like all that, and fuck, man, this is where it's kind of like, okay, it's really hard. It's difficult to jumpstart it because you literally have to go to the store and buy a fuck ton of stuff. Like, and you're buying like 50 veggies, apples, bro.
Yeah, and you have to use them or else they go bad in 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was enough for 5 days when I went to the store, and I spent, I think it was $100, and it was like $100. It was like $120 for all of the shit, because it was kale, carrots, ginger, lemons, apples, oranges, beets.
I have no idea the science behind it, but did they go over like not doing the same juice consistently?
No.
You
do change it up.
Okay. Have you heard about that? I guess I don't know why it is the way it is, but I've heard that if you use like the same, like say if you have like one consistent morning drink, like you shouldn't do the same thing every day. It should always be...
Yeah, that's probably a thing, considering that the recipes call for, like, if you follow the plan calls for different drinks every day for the most part, and it's like every other day that you're doing different drinks, or the same drink. There's a lot of different ones, and I had to kind of switch it up because there was some really gross ones. Like the first one I did... I remember it was the first time I did it, and it was like a red something or other, and it had kale, beets,
Swiss chard,
carrots, and oranges, and lemon. And I remember I did it, but I didn't put what I found after doing it for a long period of time was that the lemon kills most of the fucking shitty flavor.
Yeah.
So I basically, after that, I put a lot of lemon in all the bad shit.
Makes it tolerable.
Yeah. But the beets, oh my God, dude.
Not
it was
a fan?
Disgusting. Like, dude, it smells the same coming out as it did when you fucking put it down. Well, and it came out the same, but I shit less. Because your body, which is great in one sense that you're thinking that everything you're putting in your body is using it. It's converting it to energy, it's converting it to nutrients. And we're talking, when you think of calories from fat, if you go to a Carl's Jr. and you get a burger that has, let's say your whole meal has 1,200 calories. You get something that has 1,200 calories, and that's calories from fat. So your body is converting that fat into energy. When you consume one juice, it is 80,000 calories of pure good energy. Like
I don't understand that at all.
So it's not calories from the calories that you're getting are good calories from the vegetables. It's not fatty calories.
But fat calories aren't necessarily poor.
Well, calories are a measure of energy.
Okay.
And you can't get a lot of energy out of fatty food. Fat does not give you good energy. It doesn't give you a lot of energy.
I would disagree.
No, it doesn't. There's no way. Eating what?
Like a ketogenic diet?
A ketogenic diet? What's that?
You cut out carbs, and I think mostly what you're consuming is protein and fat.
Carbs don't have a whole lot of calories.
No, they break down to sugar, and that's what makes you fat.
Well, everything breaks down to sugar.
But
everything that's how your body gets energy in general, is it converts all of those things down to sugar for energy.
To glycogen and stuff like that,
right.
And your brain needs it. But yeah, no, there's like a ketogenic diet. If you have a high fat diet and you're doing like less than 50 grams of carbs a day, your body will actually stop doing a breakdown of like sugar for energy and start using lipids like fat. And generally when you do that, you will take fat off your body because it's using your fat reserves for energy. So it might not, I don't know if it's, I mean, I would still, veggies and stuff like that are great for you.
The main case to the diet that I could find was the reason you're losing weight is initially what you're doing is you're starving your body. And it's basically, from reading the book, this is what it was saying at least. And I mean, I'm assuming that, whatever. So basically you're starving your body. For the first 3 days, your body is going into starvation mode. And as humans, we're able to survive without food for a long time, more time than people think we are. Now, our bodies obviously will go into a state where, like, if you're literally not eating, then you're going to have issues.
Yeah.
But because you're juicing, your body itself is not in trouble because you're consuming all of these calories and all of these good vitamins and everything. So you're getting all the energy, but your body thinks, because you're not consuming actual food, it thinks that you're starving. So for the first 3 days, you have headaches, you got lightheadedness, you've got you feel like shit, realistically.
And that could be your body transitioning from being a carbohydrate, sugar burning machine to something else.
Yes. So those first 3 days are pretty rough. And then after that, once you get past the first 3 to 4 days, after that, your body is used to it and you actually start craving the juice. You're like, okay, my body it understands now that this is my food. So you are excited to drink your juice, and you drink your juice and you feel good and your body starts getting into it and you feel more focused, you feel more energized because your body is consuming all of these great vitamins and it's got this good energy.
Well, yeah, just if you're going from like a fast food rich diet and all of a sudden you're cutting out actual,
and I also cut out cigarettes during that time too, which made it even worse.
If you have these dense foods that your body's no longer metabolizing to break down, and you're getting a liquid diet high in vitamins and minerals, that's just like you're going to feel like Superman with that.
It was a good jump start to and then after that, I did it for 7 days. And after that, I cut right into making sure that I was consuming like salads, and I was eating more. Like I was cooking, I was actually making chicken every day, and I was having eggs in the morning, and I was doing all that stuff. And I've kind of drifted off from it.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions about eggs not being healthy. They're freaking great for
especially if you have eggs and spinach. If you do like a little stir it up and you kind of in mushrooms, like you just kind of make a nice little omelet or something. Maybe those things are really good.
Salsa, scrambled eggs and some salsa. Good.
It like homemade salsa, because salsa, like if you buy salsa, it's got a lot of sodium in it. It's not good for you. Not that I don't eat it, but I'm just saying from a factual aspect, it does have a lot of sodium.
I'd rather pound more sodium than sugar.
That's true.
That's what I'm really. Sugar's fucking terrible.
It is terrible for you. That's why I don't drink soda.
No,
I don't.
That's why fruit can get rough.
Well, coffee's bad for you too. Technically, there's a lot. Well, you get a Starbucks coffee, man. That's loaded with fucking sugar.
Oh no! See this one right here? It's a cold brew.
Oh, okay. So you don't have.
And you can get like a fatty cream with it, and maybe either no sugar if you don't mind the bitter taste, or like a stevia.
Yeah.
Stevia is supposed to be a pretty good alternative to sugar.
Yeah.
But no, you are right. If you were to get like a Frappuccino at Starbucks, you're fucking yourself health-wise.
Caffeine in general it's not necessarily bad for you, but it's one of those things that isn't needed. So I usually don't.
And it's a diuretic. You have to make sure if you
rely on it, yeah.
And if you're consuming coffee a lot, you need to be hydrating yourself around it because it's going to make you want to go to the bathroom. It's going to dehydrate you.
Yeah.
You have to just that's one of those things, if you just monitor yourself and be responsible with it, you can have it. But sugar, no, you can't. If you want to, because I'm not educated on all about this, whatever, there's a guy I've been reading about. He has a blog that he does every day. It's called Mark's Daily Apple. His name's Mark Sisson, and he's the inventor of the Primal Blueprint, which is that kind of Paleolithic, high-fat diet. It helped me. I mean, I'm still heavy right now, but I used to be like 350 pounds, and now I'm around 245. And it made me feel so much better and better at metabolizing and just one of the biggest things is mental clarity too, because I don't, like MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides, that kind of fat and stuff. It's really good for brain function too. So it just makes you feel better. But then again, everyone's different. They say you're supposed to have 0 to 50 grams of carbs a day to lose that fat, which is true, but I feel like I need some carbohydrates or else I will feel, maybe it's just me. I feel like if I'm going to be working out or doing something, if I don't have a little bit of carbs, I'll tend to get hurt more.
You feel like you need a carbo load? Not
load, but I just need some. I need some in there.
I'm Italian, so bread is like my life.
You're an Italian?
Oh yeah, I'm the most Italian.
Italian of them all.
But yeah, I do consume a lot of bread, and that's just because it's hard for me to go away from that because I was brought up just eating.
Bread's terrible.
I know, it's one of the worst things for you.
Yeah.
Especially like sourdough bread. That's like my fucking favorite.
But that shit's the best.
I know.
It's like bread.
Amazing.
Do you like butter on it?
Okay, so yes, it's bad for you, but there's way worse things I could be eating other than fucking sourdough bread.
Meth?
Like meth. Yeah, I could just be eating meth. No, like I could be eating shitty fast food all the time, like slamming down Taco Bell every night, or drinking hella soda like I used to, or energy drinks, or I guess that's not really.
You should not have it. I mean, along with that Sisson.
I guess that's kind of a cop out for saying that, because that's like saying, like, yeah, well, I don't do meth, so I mean, Coke is a little bit better. Like shit, they're both bad for you, but I'm trying to choose the lesser of the two. But I guess that's. I just had deja vu, by the way.
Just now?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm wearing my Disney Dad shirt?
Yeah, no, it's not.
I'm drinking my soccer mom coffee?
No.
Really?
I don't know what it was. That's what I'm saying, man. That whole concept that I had, like, it's just weird. We've never been here before, but that timeline met up.
Do you think that's a fuck up in your brain? Like,
no.
Something happened?
Like a misfire?
Like a misfire, like to where, like, you're seeing it, and for some reason it instantly gets stored as like a past memory, and it brings itself back up, and you start having that weird feeling? Or do you think it's actually like a parallel?
I'm telling you, it's my timeline.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely the timeline.
I was going to say, too, the bread thing. I mean, if you do like an 80-20, if you're somebody heavy like me, I would try to just go whole hog and try to get the weight off and be 100%. And then when you're at a comfortable weight that you want to sustain, you can do like an 80-20. Like, if you want to have bread once a week with your salad or something like that, I mean, just go for it. But just the rest of the week, just be good. Everything in moderation, even moderation.
It's weird when I tell people that I eat salads, because I do. I mean, every time we go to Togo's, I get a salad. Like every.
Oh, that was good. The Asian
I know.
chicken.
It's hella good.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. Man.
I like that.
I eat that way
sauce.
too much. I know, it's so good. But I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, what do you like?" I can't remember. I said I was going to go home and eat, and she was like, "Oh, what are you going to go home and eat?" And I was like, "I don't know, probably make salad or something." She was like, "A salad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, salad."
She had that disgusted look on her face?
No, it wasn't disgusted. It was just...
Was it judgmental?
No, it was more like, really?
Okay.
Like, you? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're going to go eat a salad? And I'm like, yeah, I eat salads. She was very taken back by it.
I enjoy salad.
I do too. I like salad. I would prefer to eat salads most of the time over most things.
Yeah, I think we discussed
Because you
this
can
too.
always do different salads. Like you can change.
See, like
it
I
up.
like different leaves, like spinach. You can go kale. I like
love
arugula.
spinach salads.
I like little cherry tomatoes cut up in it. Not a big onion fan in my salad though.
No, I mean, it adds a little spice to it though, which is kind of nice.
I do like meat, like some sort of protein. Doesn't have to be in there if there's like a good dressing.
I do enjoy meat in my salads.
Do you like like the boiled eggs, hard boiled eggs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just cut them up.
I know, dude. Especially deviled eggs.
Sprinkle them on there like cocaine.
Bro, you slap deviled eggs in my little lunch pack. Man, I'm good.
I hate them when they're really cold. Got sensitive teeth.
I do have sensitive teeth too. I'm always kind of jealous of people who can like bite into snow cones.
Oh no.
And I'm like, how do you do that? I wish I could, or bite into a popsicle, like, especially with my front teeth. My front teeth are the most
Those people
sensitive.
are demons, man.
I know.
I can't get down with that.
I can't do it.
You ever have a hard-boiled egg when you're like working, and you grab it and it instantly like takes the dirt off your fingers on it?
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
I know.
But at the same time, I eat it anyway. Just saying.
I know.
Come on, immune system. Just fucking. This is.
I'm gonna put you through the ringer
Talking
right now.
about bulk up.
I always think of the Osmosis Jones. You ever watch that movie?
Oh yeah, Chris
With
Rock
Bill
did it,
Murray?
right? Was it Bill Murray?
Bill Murray was like the live actor, and then
Okay.
it was all of the little cartoon characters were living inside of his body. So Osmosis Jones was Chris Rock, but
Okay.
he was a little cartoon character in his.
Little blue dude.
He was osmosis
Yeah.
inside of his body. But there was one scene where he eats. He works at a zoo. He's like a zoo caretaker, and he's eating lunch, and he drops a fucking hard-boiled egg into a monkey cage, and the monkey like takes it and like I can't remember. I think he puts it in his mouth, and he's like, give me that back, and he like takes it out of there, and he's just like, and then he eats it, and that's what causes the virus that's about to kill him like to get into his body, and so they have to then fight off the virus that the hard-boiled egg.
So do you think we got AIDS by something as innocent as that? Or
Well, they say that we got AIDS from fucking monkeys. I think is what it.
Okay, I want to ask. I want to challenge somebody to go try to fuck a chimpanzee without a tranquilizer and see how far you get.
Yeah. Because, yeesh, you rip your dick off.
Can you imagine seducing
monkeys
like
are
a gorilla?
freaky, dude. Okay, so I have a hatred for monkeys. I actually can't stand the goddamn things.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
It's not that I'm scared of monkeys, because I'm not. I'm not afraid of them, but I would kill them. And I know that's horrible, but if it was me or it's it.
Blasting that fucking chimp's head off.
I wouldn't go out of my way to kill a monkey.
Just go to the zoo with a fucking...
Yeah, no, I would never do that. But I do not like monkeys. And monkeys are dangerous. They're very dangerous creatures. And I know humans in general, like we like to take dangerous animals and make them our pets. But why are you taking a chimpanzee and making it your goddamn pet? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And sleeping with it. And fucking it. You're going to fuck a chimpanzee?
No, there's like...
You couldn't choose any other person in your fucking species. You have... I guarantee... Where there is a girl, there is a guy that will fuck her. And I guarantee every dude could get some from someone at some point.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. I would say for the most part.
Like, I don't understand bestiality, I guess. I guess that's my shallowness.
Nelson said it's all over Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, goat fuckers.
Yeah. Pakistan seems like an intense
Imagine fucking a camel.
Ooh.
Is that even possible? They're pretty tough. You have to get a ladder. I guess people fuck horses, so what the fuck is the difference?
No, I think they get fucked by horses.
Camels?
No, humans.
Oh, people get fucked by horses. Yeah. You can't fuck a horse. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
One shot to the fucking
I've seen that. Have you seen that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Like the horse fucking videos or donkey shows?
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Dude, those are creepy as fuck.
The ones, like, I'm surprised.
A guy died from that. There was...
The Mr. Hands video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got fucking railed by that horse. You just watch its dick in full intensity just blow right into him. Just fucked him up.
See, that puts me in such a defensive mode. Like, I would go on a killing spree. Like, what if you walked upon that? Like, what if you're just some, like, Mexican dude who's just here?
I'd kill the guy.
You're supposed to, like, just check on, make sure nobody's setting fire to the prairie or no animals are escaping, and then you just flash your flashlight on some fucking gigantic horse.
Fucking a
dude in the ass with a bunch of other people with video cameras.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I would not be in America anymore.
Well.
But then again, you can go to Mexico and see those donkey shows. But that's
shows.
Professional.
Not really. I mean, it I don't know how professional you can be with making a donkey fuck a chick.
Maybe it's more gimmicky.
It's a fetish. That's why.
Pygmy donkeys?
No, they use actual donkey. Well, donkeys are small in general. I mean, they're not small, but they're smaller than a horse.
It's not good.
No.
Women can see men die though. Like I've seen a few videos, like the women, they just get plowed, but you don't hear about them like going to the morgue for that.
Not that I've heard of, at least.
Like I remember seeing one. It seemed like it was at a Connex box or maybe a barn. This lady was just in a corner, and this horse was just railing her twat.
Do you remember when LimeWire was a thing?
Oh hell yeah!
FrostWire, LimeWire, both of them.
Remember LimeWire and all the viruses?
You used to download porn off there. I used to download porn off.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
I used to download porn, but people would think of it as a sick joke. They would put like MILF, big titties, blah blah blah, and you'd be like, okay, cool, and you'd download it, and then you'd open it up and be like a horse fucking a chick. You'd be like, man, for real. That's how I saw most of it. I went over to my buddy's house one time, and he was like, hey dude, I gotta show you this video. It's fucking awesome porn. I go in there and it's like a fucking donkey fucking a chick. I'm like, dude, really?
You know,
like that's the jokes dudes play on each other.
Yeah. My earliest, like when I started getting into making videos,
like punch him in the chest and be like, fuck you. I don't want to see that shit.
No. When I started trying to like do videos and getting into them, my earlier days, I actually didn't have enough money for a camera. So just to practice, I would take porn. I would mute the audio and then make these cutscenes to music I would get from LimeWire.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember just like, there was this blonde lady who was really known for being a great cock smoker. Like she could just take fucking 12-inch dicks down to her fucking diaphragm. She was talented at it. And I remember taking Steve Vai's Bad Horsey, and just, which is a song, and just cutting it and trying to like transition videos and making them smooth. And that's how I tried to learn how to do video editing, was through that. Shout out to Steve Vai. I'm sure he did not intend for his music to be used that way.
I read I actually cited some of these too, which is nice. But there was a test that was ran. Do you know what spatial tests are?
Spatial, meaning like how good you are with like taking a puzzle or something and making it fit.
Yeah.
The reason I know just that is because I know men have slightly higher advantages with spatial ability than women. Yeah.
So the study that I read about showed that when women get into the mindset of a stereotypical male, they do better on those tests than if a woman just takes it as a woman, which was pretty interesting.
Is that where this gender fluidity is coming from? It's like, if I'm going to do a good on a spatial test, I'm going to be Bob today.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to have this conversation?
I don't think we have to. I mean, we can if you want to, but
I mean, I'm just saying it because if we do, it's gonna go. Like, we're gonna go the distance.
Fuck it, pull the trigger.
Okay, because for anyone that doesn't know, we are completely transsexual.
Yes. Actually,
I'm gender fluid as fuck.
We're swap sexual. Me and Vince have cut off our dick and testicles and gave them to each other. Fucking patchwork cock brothers.
But transgender is a big subject currently with most people.
Well, it's not just that. It's like
it is really
it's shit I don't even comprehend.
Yeah. So transgender and I'm gonna preface everything we're gonna talk about now with that I am an ignorant asshole in the sense that I have really no education on this matter. I can only give my opinion.
You could put me in that camp too.
Yeah, because I really don't have anything more than opinion and personal experience, because I do know transgender people.
Some of them are pretty hot.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
That's fucked up to say.
DJ was showing me that the fucking picture of the porn star with the dick.
Oh, I told him about that.
Yeah, I know. He came in. He was like, "Hey, bro, what do you think of this girl?" And so I looked at her and I was like, she's okay. And he was like, really? And I'm like,
he didn't pull my prank, did he?
Yeah, no, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the prank: is he showed me the picture, and I was like, I mean, she's kind of a butterface, dude. I was like, I'm not really into it. He goes, you wouldn't have sex with her? I was like, no, probably not. And he was like, oh. And so then we go, and he's like trying to show me more pictures. He's like, dude, like he shows me like with her top off, and I'm like, I don't know, dude, like she's fake, like whatever, like she looks like a porn star. And he's like, yeah, she is a porn star. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I've seen a lot of porn stars. There's hotter ones. And he's like, okay. And then he shows me the picture with her dick, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I was like,
did he? Okay.
I was like, yeah, I still wouldn't fuck her.
Yeah, we were going on a tangent about like really ugly girls or hot tranny.
Yeah, so we were asking a couple people about that because I came up with like a really, really ugly fat chick that just got done at the gym. Like she's just fat as fuck, rolls and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather fuck her or that hot tranny chick? What's the chick's name?
Her name's Bailey J. She's a beautiful person.
Yeah, I mean she's
inside and out.
She's got a fatty cock too. It's bigger than mine.
Yeah,
huge.
My initial.
It's a prosthetic though, right? Or no?
Her dick?
Yeah. Is she transgender?
She was a man.
She was a man. Okay.
Yeah, she was a man. But the joke that I didn't play it with DJ. I showed him Bailey J, and I did the same thing. What do you think? He's like, oh, she's kind of hot. And he's like, she's a dude. He's like, oh wow. And he was saying, I don't, how ugly the girl is, he still would probably go with the girl because the dick bugs him. And so then we decided to play a joke on one of our coworkers when we got back to the store. Hey, do you think this girl's hot? Yeah, she's pretty hot. And I had a picture back up of her fat cock. And I'm like, okay. And I flipped to the picture. I'm like, would you suck her dick? I think most dudes would.
And see, that's where...
by saying, if they had to go with like a fucking ugly woman.
Yeah. Because I could I mean, if you did it from the back, you'd just be fucking her in the ass. It wouldn't be like anything different. You probably wouldn't, except your balls would probably slap against her balls.
Yeah, what's the harm in that?
Yeah. I mean, if you had to choose. I can't do fat slobs, man. That's maybe just me, but I really can't do a fat chick.
If there's a heavy girl, but she's like kind of pretty, I mean, why not?
Yeah, but that's different. We're talking like fat, ugly.
Oh, like cave dwellers?
Yes, like just disgusting. Like a dude that lives in a basement, like the stereotypical, like WoW guy.
Nah.
Like he plays WoW like every day. WoW's a great game. I'm not
very
judging
much,
WoW.
We got very far away from the topic. We were going to go into our feelings about the gender pronouns, and then we decided if we would fuck Bailey J or not.
Yeah. I kind of like that conversation better.
Bailey J, yeah, and definitely. I think there's some girls that she puts to shame. Real women.
As far as transgender goes, I'm going to kind of slow it down a little bit. With transgender, it's more so I don't have any problem with people who, like a guy who wants to be a woman or a woman who wants to be a man. I don't think that's an issue.
Okay.
What I do have a problem with is the people that are starting to take it, the young kids, not because they're young, but just because they're turning it into a mainstream hatred for people that do not understand, instead of trying to enlighten. I think they're going about it wrong with this. It went from...
Yeah, they're trying to strong arm the movement,
right,
with people.
Right, but they're taking it to a whole nother level, saying that I don't even have gender. Well, what do you mean you don't have a gender? The way the whole world works is it's based around genders. Yeah. You say his and hers. Our language, everything is based around.
Well, that's what they're trying to change, is the language.
Right. Well, how? How are you going to do that? How would you decipher between... Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm a male or a female.
I think the big issue was there was a law, or is a law, that was trying to be passed in Canada about, you can put... I don't know what the actual, not the criteria, but the acronym or name for it, but you don't have to choose a gender like on your ID. You could be, the government would protect like your rights and stuff, and you would actually have to use this language legally with somebody, or else you'd be breaking the law. And I think that's a lot of these people were like, hey, I mean, I can understand somebody preferring to be known as Zer, but I shouldn't be forced by law to accommodate them.
Right.
Me personally, I have a hard time with language enough as it is, so I don't think I'm going to learn 72 other different pronouns for people.
And the reason I discovered this was because...
But then again, sorry, I don't want to interrupt. But
Yeah.
that's not, I mean, if they're a nice person, they want to just go by a certain, if you're a dude or who wants to be a girl, and, I'm going to accommodate you to the best of my ability to try to reference to you as what you need or what you want.
I'm going to treat you like I'm going to treat anyone else.
Yeah.
If you're a jackass, I'm still going to treat you like a jackass. I'm not going to baby you because you're a transgendered person. I'm going to talk to you like a normal person because you want to be treated like a normal person. So there you go. But if you're a jackhole, I'm still going to treat you like a jackhole.
See, and that's what I think one of the biggest issues there is they want you to be punished by law if you're going to treat them like a jackhole. And that's the problem.
Right. And a lot of transgendered people aren't jackholes. Like they're nice fucking people.
Awesome people.
It's the assholes, just like any other group of, like, there's shitty gay people, there's shitty straight people, there's shitty transgendered people. Every group of...
It's cisgendered for us.
Right, we're cisgendered. What I think... I'm not even going to go into that. Cis...
Are you going into it?
Because I think cisgendered is referring to it's a derogatory term towards people that don't understand
I don't think
transgender.
It's derogatory. I think it's...
But then why do they call you a cisgendered asshole?
Because I think they're being derogatory just in that context. I think the actual terminology for cisgendered is somebody who you identify with the gender you were born as and you're straight.
Got it. So, that being said...
Which is crazy.
Right.
In my opinion.
Well, and then the only reason I discovered all this mispronoun bullshit was I was watching those cringe videos that we talked about. And all of these cringe videos there's like specific ones that are talking about it. And it's basically these kids that are sitting in front of a fucking camera and they're like, oh, I got mispronoun today. Da, 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 da.
By somebody who's not vegan.
By somebody who's not vegan, fucking faggot. Just... I can't believe I got mispronounced today. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, so much fucking hate coming from these people because these kids don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. They haven't had to go through the fucking motions of life yet.
Did you misgender my pet rock?
Yeah. Well, because then they think, like, I'm not a girl. What? Or their main thing is, so are you a girl or a guy? And then they're like, I'm a rabbit. Like, no, you're not a fucking rabbit, you idiot. You smart ass piece of shit. Like, you're trying to be funny and you're not. You're not funny at all. Like, it's not clever.
It's not cute.
Saying you're a fucking rabbit does not mean... There's furries that think they're rabbits. Like, you don't need to be a fucking rabbit.
I mean, I guess it's totally okay to have to fetishize it in a sense. Like, if you want to do something weird in your personal time, if it's sexual. But maybe that's not what the topic is that it's a sexuality thing. It's like an identity thing, and that's why they're taking it.
It is an identity thing, but I feel, and from what I've heard, there are a lot of transgender people that don't like the mainstream of it. They want to just be normal, and they want to just go about their life. And some of them are not trying to draw attention to it. They obviously want the equal rights of most people and being able to go in whatever bathroom is related to it. Like simple things,
well,
things that...
Where it's getting weird, it's different parallels because, like, the gender, the gender issue and transgender thing. To me, it's like it's different parallels. They're kind of along the same lines, but they're different. Like, there could be just a transgender person. It's like, okay, I'm a girl. I want to be a dude. I'm just going to be Bob from now on. Can somebody just do that for me? And I'm gonna dress like a man, act like a man. That's what I want to be. It's like, okay, but you got like these people that come in that. They could obviously be dressed as a man, and then you're like, hello, sir, can I help you? And they're like, did you just assume my gender?
Right. And that's where I get pissed.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even the same thing as a transgendered person going through like the switch of what they feel their identity is. And then you got these people that are just taking hold of that identity politics and becoming assholes about it.
Don't make me out to be a piece of shit just because I don't understand.
No. And I mean... And I understand people wanting to have equal rights, but it just doesn't fall into that. That's trying to control somebody's freedom of speech and freedom of thought with that. And it's just not, it's not the right thing to do.
I agree.
You know?
We'll end that there. I don't want to fucking talk about transgender shit anymore.
Be who you want to be. Just don't force people to...
Exactly. If you're transgendered, we got nothing against you.
No.
Go for it. You be you. You do you, boo-boo. And we will... support you. So this article I found was actually really cool.
It's about cheese wheels?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. Want to talk about brie, bro.
This one was talking about...
Your phone is really fucking dim. Is that
Yeah,
save energy?
I did it last night because my battery was dying. Oh. What it's basically talking about is that a lot of people want a good-looking, rich, and handsome, tall, 6 figures in the bank, sharp wit, sweet. The women want, or men want, we want all of these things in a person.
The perfect traits.
Yeah, the perfect traits, and how it's basically statistically impossible for you to be able to find somebody that fits all of that criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing that this article was talking about is that you have to pick 3 of those main traits, and that you can never have all of it.
Okay. Are we going to go over this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of this, I think it's pick one of the 3.
I gotta have a fat cock. I gotta have somebody who makes $1 million a week. And,
Right.
Actually, that's all I need.
Yeah.
I need 2.
Agreeableness.
Does that mean somebody who goes along with your way of thinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Because men that are highable in agreeableness are not only more likely to be kind, but also be more likely to keep up your sexual desire. Because if they have a likableness, then that means that they're there to please you.
What if you're like, I want you to watch as this 7-foot-tall African muscle man just reams me while you masturbate like a piddly monkey on the side of the bed. Okay, dear. I mean, sorry. You're still getting into it. I'm just being a jerk.
Just keep talking.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean,
the number one worst trait for relationship sensibility is neuroticism.
Okay.
Because if you're a neurotic person, they're very prone to anxiety, depression, embarrassment, emotional instability, and insecurity.
That sounds like me.
Right. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I am not neurotic.
No.
I don't have neuroses for the most part. Like I don't have anxiety. I don't really get embarrassed.
See, but those,
I don't have emotional instability.
They are traits, but there's 2 things. One, of course, is your environment and how you grew up, because there's little cogs that are put in as you're developing. The next big one, though, which is probably the overall factor to it, is your genetics. I mean, I know like stuff like anxiety is highly genetic.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not really like, it's really hard to have somebody change if they're anxiety ridden. They can really dial down if they take care of themselves, like stuff like meditate, exercise, if they need medication maybe, but most of those things never really go away.
So this is the reason I got it, is because I've always talked about liking and lusting.
Yeah.
And the differences between the 2. To properly fall in love, you need to have, and this is what this guy Toshiro Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura.
You're talking about your big
cock. He's a great wrestler, by the way. Shinsuke Nakamura. He's a fucking savage.
You're wearing a Giants hat. Do you remember Tsuyoshi Shinju?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. I think that was the year we went to the World Series and got our ass kicked by the Angels.
Yep. To properly fall in love, you need to have sound levels of liking and lusting. It sounds simple, but maintaining both factors is complicated. Like and lust diminish over time, but at different rates. According to studies, liking declines at a rate of 3% per year, and lust deteriorates faster at 8% per year. Clearly, putting your eggs in the like basket is a much smarter investment. So they're essentially saying follow like over lust.
But that's in the context of for a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm. For a marriage.
Okay.
Relationship / marriage leading to one of the other,
Excuse me.
Are we looking for a fling or a marriage? Obviously, lust would take precedence in a fling. things like that. So,
Okay.
Meep, do you agree with that? That you should like a person more than you should lust for a person?
Well, I think it all depends on what you're going after.
Well, if you're going after the penultimate woman,
Okay. Well, then
girl
if
you
it's,
want to spend the rest of your life with.
if it's a penultimate woman, meaning you're going to want to end up probably being in a relationship and
Mm-hmm.
potentially marrying her, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Because I've been married for going on 3 years, and me and my wife really like each other. I mean, if we were just based off lust and that was it, I can see that being a really short-lived relationship if there was no mutual liking.
I agree with that.
You know, because you only like each other's genitals, and then after a while, that dials down, and then you're left with personality and interests and things like that. And if there's nothing there, then
Because you can only keep it popping for so long.
yeah, and then people end up cheating on each other because if they're only after that, they just want the next big crotch thrill.
That's true.
So yeah,
Oh, we're gonna do okay.
what? Your face changed.
So, what do you think the worst superhero power could be that you could ever have? If you could have a superpower, but you had to have the worst superhero power possible, what would it be?
Dick falling off and shit coming out of the hole. Off the top of my head. No. Let's see.
One of my friend's examples was
Or your dick falling off and fucking your butthole.
your superhero power is that you rip your arm off and you beat people with it.
Oh, so it has to have some form of benefit.
Yeah, it has to. It is a power, so it's something you can do that is somewhat beneficial, but it's terrible. It's just a horrible power.
Maybe.
Like in order to fly, you fart. Like, fart man.
Or you morph into a chimpanzee, shit in your hand, and then throw the turds at people to like.
Or like you have the ability to morph into animals, but you can only morph into like the shittiest animals possible. Like you can only morph into like a goldfish, or like.
See, but how does that save anybody or benefit anybody? It's just because.
Well, it's a power.
Okay. Well. Oh shit. My superpower is fucking up the podcast right now. By fucking getting water all over the microphone.
That's your water, by the way.
Oh,
I got
thank
that
you.
for you.
Thank you.
Because last time I had water, and I'm like, man, he's probably got cotton mouth at the asshole.
Out the asshole. Imagine just having a cotton-mouthed asshole.
Oh
Shit's
my
gonna be
god,
rough.
dude.
Maybe that's the worst superpower. You get cotton mouth in your
What's funny
butthole.
is I pictured shoving cotton balls in a butthole when you said that. I was just kind of like, oh, like sticking it, like you just take the cotton ball and boop. You just one finger just dink, just cotton ball just stuck.
Cut off the top of one of those like M&M
Like, have
candy
you ever seen
canes?
guys like pop cotton balls in their mouth and they like eat them?
No.
I have. That's
Why
weird.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Do they dip them in something?
No. They just see how many
How would
cotton
you
balls they
swallow
can
that?
swallow. I don't know. They
Get
do
caught in
it.
your throat.
I'll show you a video at some point.
Your jaw falling off would suck. Superpower. Let me see. It's really hard to narrow down something that's terrible, but it's beneficial at the same time. Maybe your balls exploding with like nails.
Oh.
Almost like a.
Do they rebuild themselves afterwards?
Well, yeah, because it'd have to be something replenishable. If that's a word. Because like maybe it's like somebody calls you, you run into a bank, your balls explode with nails, you stop the bad guy,
Yeah.
but your genitals are destroyed, and you probably have nails in your legs,
That is a good
and you
one.
don't, and you have to feel the pain. It's not like you're immune to it.
What if your superpower was you had to your fucking toenails came off?
Oh,
Like they were like
ripped
blades.
off. Oh,
And like you just fucking, every time you did it, you had to be like, ah, and then they would just shoot off your fucking feet. You only got like a one-time shot.
I think it would look cool.
You just got to be like, choo.
You're the only superhero with sandals on.
Yeah. You just wear mandals all the time and just, yeah.
Oh, I like that. Because that would be.
But you would have to endure the pain.
You have to
of
grow them back.
Yeah.
It's not like they come back.
You would have
grow
to,
them
and
back.
you would have that feeling of having no toenail with socks on. Oh. Have you ever ripped off a toenail
Once,
before?
yeah. And I remember, well, it partially came off, and I had to go into the bathtub and let it soak, and then rip it off.
Worst experience of my life.
Oh, it was my second big toe.
I think that's probably, thinking of people's like cringeworthy things, I'm pretty sure nails are probably a consistent consensus with
Yeah,
everyone.
like the old torture of like putting hot pokers on your nails and ripping them off.
That is
There was
so
a torture I was reading about for women, I believe. I think it came out of Spain. They had fashioned like this big like 4x4, and on the top they cut it to like a point. So you'd have like a big long 2x4 that had like a point or
that
a
was
ridge.
for men too.
Was it?
Yeah.
And they would actually like
Yeah.
put you down, like spread your legs in between it
Yeah.
naked, and have weights on your feet.
What's really scary to think is that I learned that in fucking middle school. Like, one of my teachers, they were teaching us about, I think it was when we were going into like Roman.
Did this teacher wear a cloak?
No.
Oh.
No, but they talk about like torture devices and shit. Like, when you think about how fucking fucked up that is.
He's like, check out
my
this
fucking
National
teacher was
Geographic
teaching me
video.
about
It's really
fucking-
just his basement.
Dude. But yeah, there was a lot of different like torture things. I was interested in it because like that's fucking crazy. Like how these people were, like the ones where it pulls all your limbs off, like they stretch you out
Yeah.
and then just
Happened
until
to
your
William
fucking
Wallace.
limbs pop out and then just rip
Like
off.
they would like tie you up to something and have a horse pull you apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Or like multiple horses.
Oh.
They'd have them and they just fucking hit them in different
Look how
directions.
drawn and quartered.
Can you imagine getting your leg ripped off by a fucking horse?
Well, you'd have your hips dislocated
I
first,
know.
and then your actual
Yeah.
tendons and muscles ripping
Yeah.
from you.
And then it just ripped completely off.
Speaking of teachers, have you ever had a perverted teacher?
Yeah. 7th grade.
Yeah.
I had yeah.
Woman or dude?
It was a dude. I'm pretty sure he was gay, but
Yeah.
he was very perverted towards women,
Wow.
like the girls in the class. It was really creepy. When you're that age and you see it, like you know it's happening, and it wasn't like he was like touching girls or anything. It wasn't like that, but you could definitely tell that he was like eyeing, like he was eye fucking all the girls that walked into the class and shit.
I won't mention names, but there was an art teacher I had in middle school.
So I guess he wouldn't be gay then if he
No.
was eye fucking girls, because I'm a retard and I just said that he was.
Well, maybe he was just like
The only reason I say I thought he was gay was because he wore like really short shorts when he was.
they have really white legs.
Yeah. And he was hella tan, like I think he was Middle Eastern of some sort. But he had super white legs.
And hairy.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God, he
not
was
good.
so hairy.
Robin Williams style.
I hated that teacher. He gave me a referral one time because
What's funny, referrals in school are terrible, but referrals for the job market when you're adult are great.
I know.
Isn't that
It's
weird?
one of those double-sided swords.
That's why I got referrals in school all the time, was practicing for the job market.
Yeah.
To go to the principal's office and plead my case.
Did you get a lot of? Were you a bad kid in school?
Early I was. I wouldn't say a bad kid. I just just normal issues. But I was very stubborn. So
I had a big mouth.
yeah,
Was my thing.
my first.
In case you couldn't tell,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't guess that.
I used to talk mad shit.
My first fuck up was kicking a kid in the face in his desk because he said something bad to the teacher.
Oh, you were a teacher's pet.
That one teacher, Miss McDonald, she was the sweetest lady in the world. And this kid just been a smart ass, so I actually got out of my desk and did a fucking roundhouse in his face.
I've never roundhouse kicked anyone,
Yeah.
but I'd
I haven't
really
done
like
it since
to.
then. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be able to. I don't think my leg would go up that high.
Oh yeah, perverted teachers. I had a art teacher when I just got into middle school, and my cousin, who's probably 10 years older than me. I just got in there. I told her I was in middle school. She was like, "Oh, ask so and so if they remember me, because we always had a good relationship." And so I go there and I'm like, "Hey, do you happen to know my cousin so and so?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He actually did that. Oh, I remember. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was like, what are him and my cousin doing?
That's pretty cool.
I think they also found like Playboys.
There was a lot of
back then.
lesbian like gym teachers.
Yeah.
Gym teachers seem to always be like pretty cool.
Yeah, there was one dude who was in the army that was one of our gym teachers, and he always did the smack of the ass when we got into the locker room.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that might just be some like military, just like
No, it's just a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I used to hang out with a lot of football players, man. That's all we did was smack each other's asses. Sports players in general, that's...
But I feel like that's reserved for a good job on the field. All of us sucked. You know, we're playing softball on pavement.
I think it's more of an I love you.
Yeah, just we fell down. It's
You
like,
just kind of smack him in the ass and be like, I love you, man. You smacked me in the ass when we were walking in here.
I did. Yeah. See, but you set up this podcast. Not even if you didn't, I would do it anyway, but there's accolades that go along with it. It's because I like you. Like, he wouldn't know anybody, and we just get our ass, like, kind of like somewhat finger banged and smacked.
Yeah.
We're wearing white shorts, too, so if you didn't wipe your ass good that day, you had a fucking little brown dot after the fucking...
Well, people that are on, like, sports teams, they all pretty much, they're a close-knit group.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of fucking time together.
Maybe it's just me. I don't mind it. It's just, I feel like I can feel the...
Well, if, like, a random guy came up and smacked me on the ass, I'd be like, who the fuck are you? I'd punch him. Would you punch him? If a guy smacked you in the ass? Like a random guy. You're, like, at a store somewhere, and some guy comes up, smacks you on the ass, and winks at you.
That's a good question.
I would feel kind of violated. And you hear about that happening to girls, too, and I don't condone that shit at all. Like, when a girl is somewhere, and then some guy walks up and is like, what's up, baby? And, like, smacks her ass. Like, you're a fucking dickhead. I'm going to punch the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Especially if we said, like, hey there, princess. Like, to me or something like that.
Dude. Yeah, but that's because I'm a huge defender of women.
Yeah. Well, for me, because that's the thing. For me...
I will fucking maul
I might find humor in it. If it's me, with women, I don't. Just because it's like, yeah.
If it's me, I'd probably still punch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all depends
on... Fuck you, dude. I don't know you.
Like, if he said I was reaching for a ham and my hand slipped, I might be like,
you're full of shit.
You're silly. You're fucking silly. Quit. Just don't do that again. And then if it had... But if, like... Have you ever had, like...
If he winked at me, I'd punch him.
Like, there was a...
You little fuck.
If it's somebody being, like, persistently perverted, I would be, okay, dude. Cut it the fuck out right now. You know?
So you'd need consistency in order to act.
I would take it as humor probably initially. Unless he, like... It was ass, and then all of a sudden, like, my balls got jiggled.
No.
He's winking at me. Like,
this is he comes up, smacks your ass, and he gives you a look like I meant to do that.
Ooh, that kind of pissed me off just you mentioned.
I know.
That. Like that.
I meant to do this.
Almost like if it wasn't a wink, but almost like, yeah, what the fuck you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, man. I would.
I'd probably pick up my cart full of groceries and just fucking ram him on his head.
Fucking gallon of milk. Just like, yeah. You're done.
Shove a sour cream fucking container down his throat.
Hope you like toilet paper, bitch. Shove a smart.
And then while
water
you're
down
fighting,
his
he
throat.
gets hard. That would suck.
Oh.
That's why you got to get a good fuck one to the chin.
That's
so
the easiest way to win a fight. Just pop a boner.
You like jump on his chest. You just hit him in the face. All of a sudden, you feel like a banana on your fucking ass crack.
You know that's an injury that you can sustain. If you sustain a back injury, it can cause you to get a boner.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
I know, but if you get a really bad back injury, one of the head-to-toe assessments, like one of the bullet points is as soon as you get to like the pelvic area, you have to do what's called a pelvic sweep, where you take your hand and you glide it over the pelvic area to see if they have a boner, because then it could be indicative of them having a back injury.
For as much as we pay doctors, I feel like if you have one you're attracted to, they should be obligated to blow you during a physical. Or, no, maybe not blow you, but definitely a handy.
I don't think I'd want my doctors giving me a hand job. I have a male doctor.
Not my previous doctors. The ones I have now aren't too bad, I guess. If I had to just grit and bear it. Like, it's part of the service. Like, you can't pass a physical unless this happens. Because maybe it's like they jerk around, see if you have any STDs on, and then put it back down, but they just keep going until... They want to see how well you ejaculate, if there's a problem.
Do people have issues with ejaculating?
I'm just... ranting.
Is it like a range thing? Like, if you
range,
don't shoot far enough, then...
Probably yield of your genetic material.
How much cum comes out?
Yeah. Kind of like, oh yeah, you're never going to procreate with this. You have to see a fertility specialist.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
And then they wipe it on their chest and leave the room.
Because when you think about it, when you cum, like, even in a small little bit of cum, like, there's still a fuck ton of sperm in there.
Yeah.
Like a fuck ton.
Well, you don't know unless you get tested.
Well, yeah. but in general terms.
Did I ever tell you about that girl who hawked a loogie in a plastic bag in school and was going around asking dudes if this looks like jizz?
No.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of dumb.
That was 7th grade too. 7th grade was a weird time.
The other question that DJ asked you that him and I had thought about.
Oh, that made me fucking. Yeah. That was gnarly.
Would you rather take a shot of cum or a shot of pus?
We discussed this back and forth for probably the better part of a half hour.
Yeah, but you didn't discuss it with me, so I need to know, and I need to sway you.
I could tell you my answer now. I load.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was my answer too.
We went over like, do we get to pick the dude?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's just.
But then you think of like when you go to Nations and you have like that little serving size thing for your ketchup.
Yeah.
It's like, do you take that full of cum or full of like horseradish pus? And I'm down in the load.
I'm into the load, and the reason I'm into the load is because there's not many people that choke down a shot of pus, but I know for a fact that girls can swallow cum.
Yeah.
And dudes. So knowing that it is chokeable, it probably won't taste very pleasant, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm with you on that. It sucks that we had this conversation prior and we have our answers all kind of sorted out and we're not kind of dealing with it as we go here, because I dealt with it like during that time. And yeah, I cannot imagine somebody draining their fucking zits into.
I made my friend Anthony. I used to make him watch zit popping videos, which I found out. Marlon's girlfriend, she loves watching zit popping videos.
You know, my wife.
It's like a girl's thing. Girls.
I was just gonna say, my wife doesn't
really enjoy it.
She's one of the outliers, but I've noticed most women, like I know a buddy of mine, his wife. That's how she goes to sleep.
That's what she was telling me.
Yeah.
Like she goes to sleep to zit popping videos when she can't sleep.
Yeah. There's a subreddit called, I think it's like R popping or something like that. Yeah, she'll spend like half an hour there before bed, and then after like the last one, she's like, oh, and then falls asleep.
I had a zit on my arm one time, and she was like, "Can I pop it?" I'm like, "Sure." And she like sat there and was like popping.
Marlon's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's committed.
Mm-hmm. I think it's maybe it's a little OCD-ish. Like you see something out of place that shouldn't be there, and you need to correct it, or it's a satisfaction thing. Like it's very satisfying to pop it.
It is. I've noted, like, I'm not a fan of it, but after it's all said and done, I'm glad it is, because it's like out of the person's body.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also a primate grooming thing. Because there was a thing, my cousin, I'm pretty sure it's bullshit for the most part. I think it's just how ugly dudes try to put science and logic into getting women out of their league. But it was like called like the game or something like that. And you try to pick up social cues of women and their interest. And I guess one of the first physical cues that you can see if a woman's interested in you, and she will consistently touch herself. Like she'll adjust her hair. She might like touch her face or touch her arms, because that's an ancient primate signal for I need to be groomed.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, if you look at that, that should be the first sign of, okay, this girl's kind of into me because she's like consistently touching herself, putting her hair back, whatever.
Do you think that plays into like getting your hair played with too?
Maybe, yeah, exactly. And maybe that plays in like the little grooming thing. I mean, it's gross, but a girl wanting to like get that out of you for like just.
She wants to do it for you. Maybe it's just a loving thing.
It's just a like you need to get that out, and I want to do that.
I like that.
Because my wife will definitely spend time on my back, and get like blackheads or something out that I can't get.
Yeah.
See, but like I don't want to pop her pimples.
No, I don't. I don't either.
No, yeah, it's not my thing.
I usually just let them run their course. Like I'll sit there, if you get, oh god, I hate zits. Like zits, they're the most annoying thing in the world to me when I get them.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially because I'll get them like by my lip, like in the creases and stuff. Bro, that's the worst. No. And especially if they become like a monster, like something else. Like you're just like, man.
I have to address it if it gets that bad.
I do.
Yeah.
And when it does get that bad, I'll take like a hot cloth and I'll basically just soak it, and it basically makes the whitehead come out. Like if you have a really big one without a whitehead and you use a warm compress, it'll bring out the whitehead, and then I can then pop the whitehead.
And then put it in a cup and drink it?
Yeah. Yeah, which is disgusting to think about, man. Well, the reason I came to this section.
By the way, thank you for the drink. These are my favorite kinds of cups.
Me too.
Do you like these?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of glass.
No.
I
like plastic cups, and I like them big because I drink a lot of fucking water. And like getting a small glass of water is like annoying to me because I have to constantly refill it. Because I could down like a small glass of water very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, that one, it's satisfying.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So I made my buddy Anthony, I forced him to sit down and watch zit popping videos, and he fucking hates it. Like, he hates it. And it's the most hilarious thing to me to watch. I love watching his pain when we're doing it.
Did you see she's on Instagram, I think, like the Dr. Pimple Popper doctor?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Dude, some gnarly. There's like people pulling out toilet paper roll sizes of fucking cysts.
Well, yeah, and the really gross one that we watched was this guy took it and his buddy was popping. It was a fatty zit. It was probably like 2 inches in diameter. Like, it was huge. And this guy, his buddy pops the zit for him, and then he fucking puts it on a cracker and like holds it.
Fuck you. That's so fucked up.
That is so fucking nasty, dude.
That's not good.
There was another one where this guy was popping a boil that was on his leg. These fuckers are on a fishing boat, bro. They're on a fishing boat.
That's when they decide to get this done, huh?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why are they on a fishing boat? Like, this dude's popping a gross ass boil, and all I'm thinking about is, why are they on a fishing boat? Like, you could see the fishing poles, and you could see that it was like a tin boat, and that they were like,
is it because you can just dump it over the side, maybe?
But anyway, they're sitting there, and he's like carving out this fucking boil. And I don't know if you've ever seen a boil, but it's got like this little, I don't know what it is, because I don't know much about boils or skin anything for the most part, but it's got this little white thing in the middle of it. Once you pop the boil or you open the boil up, it's got like this little white thing in the middle of it. And he's sitting there digging it out of his it's not like pussy. He's like digging out, and it's like bleeding, and like he's fucking getting it out of there, and he finally like and he like peels it out, and I'm just sitting there like, like, what the fuck? And my buddy, bro, he was sitting there. He was like, he was
fucking gross.
He was about to yak. Dude.
My dad's doctor almost killed him with one of those.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think he went in. He had something in his calf.
Really?
Yeah, my dad did, and the doctor did like just a local and was getting it out, and ended up giving him a staph infection.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he was in the hospital, fucking not well.
Well, there's some doctors, like, you go to your doctor and they think it's like a wart or something, and they go to automatically freeze it off, but it's not supposed to be frozen off. You know what I mean? Like, they jump to conclusions sometimes, because that's why you're supposed to go to a skin doctor in order to. I don't remember what the term is for a skin doctor, but
dermatologist.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. But you're supposed to go to a dermatologist when you're having problems with that, not your fucking, like, MD.
Yeah, I would definitely want to go to a specialist before somebody's freezing off parts of me.
Especially if it's something like that you're looking at and you're like, I don't know if that's supposed to be there, and I've never seen that before. Doesn't look like it's
Yeah, think of the things you can't see. That's always worries me.
Inside.
Yeah, like I never thought of that.
Like when people have like diverticulitis in their fucking intestines and shit.
What is that?
It's like it's something that Brock Lesnar had. That's what got him out of the UFC, because he got diverticulitis. But it is they're little pouches that develop on the digestive tract.
Oh.
And they look like that.
Oh, almost like little cysts in there?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, wow.
But it causes a lot of problems. It develops little pouches on the colon wall. 80 out of 100 people who have diverticulitis.
See, over 200,000 cases a year, very common. Like what? That has to...
Oh, wait. Diverticulitis. That's diverticulosis. Oh, no, that's the same thing. They get inflamed or infected. Without fiber to add bulk to the stool, the colon has to work harder than normal to push the stool forward. So symptoms are belly pain, usually in the lower left side.
Shitter muscles
sometimes worse when you move.
Do more than they should.
Fever and chills, bloating and gas, diarrhea and constipation, nausea, sometimes vomiting.
I might have this.
Yeah?
Feels just like normal stuff.
When I was feeling like nauseous all the time, I thought about this, and sometimes that's kind of why, like, I don't like to do like the fucking WebMD shit
and
where you get yourself all tweaked up.
Yeah.
But like I did mention it to my doctor when I was like, I don't know, like, could it be this? And he was kind of like, no, I don't think so. But the fact that the symptoms were there,
yeah,
and I wasn't, I was kind
that's
of
a
like,
fucked
hey
up part.
man,
It'll narrow it down, but like all the symptoms, like there's probably 100 different diseases that have the exact same symptoms.
I know.
It's you get yourself worried.
But yeah,
Ooh.
The stuff you can't see.
Yeah, that's worrisome.
Or like liver sclerosis, or cirrhosis,
Yeah,
not sclerosis.
My grandfather died of that.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Cirrhosis
of the liver, dude.
It was
That's
bad.
why you got to take care of your liver, not drink like a fucking.
He did.
Yeah.
Every day. And there was I remember it was so weird. He just it was in summer, and he started getting like really confused about stuff, like using the phone to try to change the channel for the TV. And he's always a really sharp.
And this is from liver cirrhosis?
Yeah.
Really?
And he's always a sharp
I didn't
dude.
know what the symptoms were. I just thought it was like a failing liver. I didn't know it caused.
He was a tough dude. Like every time it was really hot.
You get really jaundiced, right? Like, because your liver's basically failing?
I didn't notice that on him.
Okay.
And like I said, he's always pretty tough dude too, and he never would say it was hot. He would just say, it's pretty warm. I remember as it's going on, he's like, man, fuck, it's hot today. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with fucking Grandpa? And then he just was more confusion, and finally went to the bathroom. We helped him to the bathroom, and he just like pissed bright red.
Oh, shit.
And we are like, something's not right. And turns out that's what it was.
Damn.
And he didn't make it a couple days after that. Yeah, it was rough.
What's even more rough is the fucking medical bills. That shit's expensive, dude.
I got one right now. I didn't tell you.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm still paying that shit. Because I went in, when I was going through all that shit, I had a fucking endoscopy, They didn't find anything, which was great. But I had an upper endoscopy. And they obviously put you under for it, which was a great experience.
Were they going through your...
Yeah. Which was a great experience.
Mouth,
Let me be perfectly honest. But they get you because you're trying to feel better.
Yeah.
And that's why the medical field is so goddamn expensive, because they can just crank up prices and it doesn't fucking matter because you're going to do it. But the whole procedure itself wasn't expensive. It was the fucking anesthesia.
Oh, shit.
Like, I got my medical bills and doctor's visit, $200 here. Which was like $600 if you didn't have insurance. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Doctor's visit, $200. Another doctor's visit, $200. Procedure, $200. And I mean, yeah, it adds up $600, but like it's like they're trickling in, so it's not that big of a deal,
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, cool, everything's good, because it was like the endoscopy procedure, and it showed it, and it had all the whatever, and I was like, cool, all done. Then the last fucking one trickles in, and it's like $1,000 for fucking anesthesia. And I was just thinking in my head, like, because they call you ahead of time. Have you ever been put under before?
When I was a kid for some sort of dental procedure.
When they call you the day before, and they go over, they ask you like your height and your weight and things like that. And you're like, okay, I weigh this much, I'm this tall. And then he's like, okay, I just wanted to let you know we're going to take very good care of you. You're going to be very safe, this and that. And they're very at ease. And he's very fucking nice. Like, he was a great guy. But of course he was a great guy, because I was about to pay hell of fucking money for that shit.
They don't really go over that with me, do they?
No, they don't tell you any prices at all. They don't tell, and I'm gonna start asking from now on, like, hey man, like, how much is this gonna cost me? Because I might just live with it.
I have a $6,500 yard bill I'm paying off.
Fuck.
It was $9,500, but since I was uninsured,
dude, that is fucking insane. You're on that payment plan then, right?
No,
you can do that.
Well, I am, yes, but
okay.
I didn't get any like assistance really, because I was insured, but I didn't know it with my current one. And I would have went to one of their facilities and been free.
Where'd you go, Kaiser?
That's what my coverage is.
Yeah.
But my
do
you remember when I called out to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like
that you were sick as fuck.
migraine for like 4 days in a row.
Right, I remember.
And I was like,
about
and headache for that long isn't really common.
No.
And I couldn't even see. So my dad's like, okay, we're taking you. And we go there, and I was there for 2 hours. They gave me some sort of medication that made the headache instantly go away. And it turns out it was just a wicked sinus infection. And so we leave and doing okay. Like I said, I was there for probably 2.5 hours. And it was $9,500.
Being put under was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you say some crazy shit?
No.
Like I want to suck your dick?
It was actually really fucking peaceful.
Really?
Like, it was... if it wasn't so goddamn expensive, I would recommend people fucking did that shit every 6 months.
Just put yourself out?
Bro, it was the best nap I've ever had. Like, because it was forcing my consciousness to stay down. Like, I basically was, they're constantly keeping you out of...
Is that another
consciousness.
Argument for euthanasia too? Like if it's that peaceful,
Truly, that goes into if I were, like when we had the conversation of if you got your dick cut off, would you want to die?
Mm-hmm.
If you could just put me out and then kill me, oh my God, that's exact, because everyone wants to die in their sleep, right? That's the most peaceful way to die, is dying in your sleep.
So I've heard.
Whether I'm naturally asleep or whether I'm chemically asleep, I don't give a fuck. Because that shit was great. Like, it was... Because what happened to me personally was I'm laying there and he's like, okay, I'm gonna start the anesthesia now. And he's basically like, we're going to take great care of you. You're going to be fine. Everything's safe. You're in a great environment, blah, blah, blah. He's very calm, just awesome. Awesome guy. And then... as soon as he goes, it'll probably take about 1 to 2 minutes for it to kick in. And I'm like, okay. And I'm laying there and I'm on my side. And
do you have to count?
No. That's when they do the mask.
Okay.
This one was intravenous, so he basically put it into my IV. And
bye then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's kind of what it felt like. And they put the little mouth thing in me because it's like a guide for it to go down your throat and stuff. So they strap this thing around your head. And so I'm laying there, and then my ears started ringing, and like it felt almost like when your ears are about to pop, like you're at a high altitude. Mm. Like it kind of did that, and I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then I was like, oh, it's happening. There it is. Oh, and then I was just out. Like that was it, dude. Like I just and then I couldn't stop my eyes and it was just gone. Like it's the weirdest experience ever, man. But when I woke up. Like, I woke up and I wasn't groggy. Like, I just kind of came out. It was only like a 45-minute procedure. And I felt like I'd taken a nap for like 2 hours. Like, I woke up and I was like...
Actually felt good?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I woke up, I felt kind of refreshed. Like, I was still a little bit incoherent. Just because I was waking up. But, like, once I was up... Like, I got up, I stood up. Like, you're supposed to... Like, they put me in a wheelchair anyway, because they're supposed to. But, like, I stood up out of the bed. And... Because you know how they put, like, the fake sheets and stuff on there?
Fake sheets?
Yeah. Like, whatever. On the little gurney. She... and the pillow and stuff. I literally was standing there, and... I took all the sheets off the bed and off the pillowcase. I took the pillowcase off and I took them and I folded them up and put them on the bed. And the nurse comes over and she goes, "Did you just take all the sheets off the bed?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's less work for you." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm like, "You're welcome." And then I left.
It's like, thank you for the wonderful slumber.
Yeah, my mom drove me home.
See, my fear is like, what if like the one thing, something happens terribly when you're under? Like, what if somebody came in, shot all the doctors?
Well, I feel like if it's invasive surgery, it would be a little different. Like, I would probably be a lot more freaked out than somebody just sticking a camera down my throat. Like,
but it's not really that. It's like, you need somebody to bring you out. So if something happened, like if that guy got called away or something happened.
Well, you would naturally come out of it. So what happens is he basically injects the stuff into you.
Oh, I guess because you said it's not the one where you're being gassed or something.
Right. So that one they put on you to maintain it so that they don't have to keep doing it. That's mostly from what I am aware of, that's mostly for surgeries that are invasive. Okay. So anytime they're cutting into you or things like that, they put the mask on you so that it maintains your consciousness without having to constantly intravenously give it to you. Okay, so if that guy just had a heart attack and nobody knew what to do, they could just literally wait for you to wake up. Based on your heart rate, they can maintain your consciousness constant. So basically, it was only a 45-minute procedure, so he probably only had to do it like maybe twice or 3 times. So he gives it and he gives it and he gives it when he needs to. And his job is literally to stand there and make sure I stay out. And which is a really cool job when you think about it, because literally all he has to do is give you this shit and then you're out. Wake up all oily. But it was very nice. It was a really cool experience.
Vince is like, I recommend you get more surgery, you get more procedures.
No, because it's expensive as fuck. Like $1,000, and that's after insurance.
I want new blood.
Holy fuck.
Give me new blood. How much does that cost?
But speaking in terms of assisted suicide, yeah, I'd be down for it. If it came down to it.
Just put it on my credit card.
If I got cancer, dude, if I got cancer and I know I'm going to fucking die, put me out and then kill me with a cocktail. I don't give a fuck. Stop my heart. Just let me die. Like, because, and I'm a firm believer in that shit. Like, you should be able to make your own decision for yourself. Just like women should be able to make, they should be able to have the choice of whether to get an abortion or not.
Oh, that's not right, Vince.
They should be able to make a decision for themselves.
Women can't make decisions.
They can make whatever decision they want.
Like the decision to sleep with us.
Yeah. Please make that decision.
Pull the trigger on that, ladies.
Please make that decision.
Or my wife, please pull that trigger.
Please pull that trigger.
No, yeah, women should be able to make any decision they want. Good
Just like men should.
Just
like men should. We should be able to make whatever decision involves our bodies.
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Like a vasectomy.
I might be getting one of those.
Are you?
No, not now. Soon.
I know a couple people that have gotten vasectomies, and they're cool with it.
Yeah.
It's just a small incision, but I would never do it.
I heard it hurts for like a day or two.
Yeah.
Or not really hurt.
You gotta just ice your balls.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it though, personally.
No?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going to marry anyone else, so...
People do it so that they can just fuck raw dog without having to worry about anything. I think that's the main... They don't want to get her pregnant, so they can fuck like a champ and not have any problems.
Well, what's cool about it is, like, say, me and my wife want to have another kid, and we're done with 2. So if I was to get that done...
You can reverse it.
I can reverse it, but I can do anything I want sexually and be comfortable, and she doesn't have to get on, like, birth control anymore.
Right.
So she could be, like, normal.
But some women, they've had birth control for so long, like... one of the girlfriends I used to date, when she would get off birth control, it would really fuck her up.
Oh, my wife went through that big
because
time.
you think some girls have been on it since they were like 12, because like they want to start regulating their period. Because when you think about it, I guess your body naturally regulates your period. I'm not a chick, so I don't know. But
do you know what I heard off the Rogan podcast? Is when women are on birth control...
I mean, girls are starting sexually active, dude, around like 13, 14 now. Like,
yeah,
when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking...
But if that birth control actually fucks up your pheromone-like attraction to the opposite sex. Like, if a woman's not on that birth control, there's actually, like, smells that they get from dudes that actually... They can sort through who they'd want to have sex with.
So it nullifies it?
It makes it go away.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's proven?
I think so. Like I said, I don't remember who said it or can cite it, but I did hear that.
That's interesting.
So,
and
what's really fucked up, it makes your body, and this is one thing I just found out recently.
I don't know how accurate that really is, though, because I mean,
it makes your body
how many girls have you had sex with that were on birth control and they were horny as fuck and super attracted to you?
It's a good question.
I mean, at one point or another, every girl that I've ever had sex with was on birth control at one point, and they were hugely attracted to me in that moment.
I think it literally has to do with scent. So, like, pretty much, like, say, me or you, we both had our shirts and we gave them to this girl who wasn't on birth control. She smells our shirts and she can be like, oh, Vince, like, she picks your shirt, like, I would rather mate with this guy.
That would be a great experiment.
You know what I mean?
Like who would you rather fuck?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, but when they're on birth control, they have no distinction. There's no, they wouldn't be able to be like, oh, you know.
Like, you know what we should do? Is I'm going to give you one of my shirts.
Okay.
And you're going to take it home to your wife. Grab one of, like, just some white shirt somewhere. I'll give you, like, a white shirt, and you take a white shirt, and you give it to your wife, have her smell both, and be like, who would you rather fuck? Just to see. See who she chooses.
That's literally playing with fire.
I know.
It's Russian roulette.
I know. Oh, my God. That'd be so great.
Be like, you fucking whore.
Not that I want to fuck your wife or anything.
But she might want to do you.
It would just be awesome. It would be an awesome experiment to know if that's actually a thing.
I don't know if she would do it.
Not even to know who she would fuck, just to know that she chose you based on your smell. Or that she would even know your smell.
She's been on birth control since pretty much we had our daughter.
Because it would have to be a shirt. It would have to be a shirt that you've worn Not like all day where you're like sweaty as fuck.
I think she would choose me just because
I'm sure
she said she likes the way I smell, and even if she was attracted to it, I think she would still find. Probably just smells like laundry.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah. But you're probably not. Yeah, probably not.
You're smelling my skin though. I'm wearing a tank top.
No.
I like how I smell.
I don't think nobody's understanding. We actually just smelled each other pretty intensely.
I think I heard it, so I heard you smell me. But yeah, that's a great experiment.
We need to find somebody who's not on birth control. That's how you would truly understand.
Yeah.
Oh, and what I was going to say is I never knew that birth control simulates you being pregnant.
I don't know many girls that aren't on birth control, though. It's kind of hard. Well...
Did you know that?
What?
That's what it does.
Does it...
It simulates your body being pregnant,
yes.
so you don't get to that process of being able to be fertile.
I did know that.
See, now, that's why I have a problem. Like, girls who try to work out and shit on it, it's like... It's so hard, I would think, like, to lose weight when your body's thinking you're pregnant, because your body wants to be like, no, hold on to fat because you're going to be growing something, like another person.
Yeah. Like it tries to retain.
Yeah.
Does it permanently get rid of that scent thing? Because you know how once they get to the sugar pills, the pills that they do have something. My friend, she told me that it actually does have something in it, but for the most part, it's not. It's allowing you to have your period again.
Okay.
But once they get to that week where they have those sugar pills, they're back to regular, normal. I don't know if it fully gets out of their system necessarily, but for that period of time, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when a chick gets on her period, she gets more horny than normal.
Yeah.
And that's not even because, I mean, I guess when she's ovulating, that's the body's natural reaction to it's time to procreate.
Mm-hmm.
But even when they're on the flow, like once it's already come, and you've got to the point where, because when a girl's on her period, she can't get pregnant.
Just freestyling it.
Yeah, when everything's evacuating the system, she can't, retain sperm or whatever. But they get hornier.
Yeah. Huh. Are you trying like
Which is why you have to adapt, because if a girl's gonna be mostly horny when she's on her period, you got to be down to just fuck her when she's on her period. Realistically,
there's no shame to that.
You got to just do it.
You got to take what you can get.
Hell yeah.
I'm not upset by that.
Not me.
I don't know if I'd go like full.
I'm not sticking my tongue in the hole, but
yeah, I might not go Viet Cong on it, but
I'll still lick a clit when she's on her period.
Will you?
Yeah.
I never tried it.
Unless it smells.
Yeah.
You know that period smell?
Purd smell?
Yeah. Like if you go down and it's got that period smell, you're kind of like, ugh.
Oh, well.
Because you can smell it sometimes. Like when you're fucking just jamming it in there and the wafts up to you.
Burr.
Yeah. not like a fart.
Well, no, that's just like, it's an auditory example.
Yeah.
Burr.
I was thinking more.
Like a fucking dud firework. Just strobing. Like the pussy's like a subwoofer in your car.
You like, do queefs make you laugh?
Love them. Cute.
Aren't they great?
They're adorable.
They are. And it's kind of satisfying to me because you've just been pounding her that hard.
It's not cute when I fart while we're having sex.
I have never audibly farted during sex.
No?
Mm-mm. I have pinched the cheeks and squeezed it out slowly, but I've never audibly been like.
I remember talking with the girl once on my bed, just chatting. I was like, my butt just went. And then everything just instantly went like silent. And I remember just like looking to my left, like not knowing how to make eye contact right now. And then I just went, sorry. Nothing was said, and then we just continued with the conversation.
My one of my exes was amazed by my ability to continue talking while farting. She used to tell me, she'd be like,
"You don't stop?"
No.
Oh.
No, I will continue. Like the farting does not take precedence over my conversation.
Yeah. Careful, we saw a big spike there. I don't know if we were going too loud.
We probably are, but I wanted to do it because you're sitting so far back that it wasn't catching it as good as I'd like it to. But yeah, you stop when you fart. You pause.
It's like an event.
So I want to. Yeah, it's time to celebrate.
It's like,
can we have a moment of silence, please, for this fart? I want to hear it in all its glory.
like, stay tuned after these.
I challenge you to continue to continue talking while farting.
Because I feel like
next time you do it, next time you feel that fart coming, dude, just keep talking.
Really?
Make it a point to continue.
I think that might be hard because every time I fart, I'm kind of like with my.
See, I'm talking about a fart that just comes out naturally. You don't have to try. Yeah, it's just like burnt. I fart a lot, but that's only because I can't burp. Like, I can burp if it's accidental, but I can't force myself to burp. So I think it's my body's way of just evacuating whatever gas is in there.
I would rather smell farts than burps.
I agree.
Ever told you that?
Burps taste disgusting.
Yeah. And dude, every time, if somebody burps in your face, you just smell their fucking gut.
Yeah.
Just their gullet, whatever in there. Like, fart, it's just kind of like a methane-y type of.
Yeah, most farts smell similar to each other. Burps are always very good. Well, because a fart has already passed through everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's already down there. But a burp is coming from.
It's like just in the sewage of your stomach.
Yeah, it's just nasty.
You smell some old dude like beard.
Oh. Or he's been smoking a pack of cigarettes all day. Have you ever had a cigarette burp? No, you never smoked cigarettes, huh?
No.
A cigarette burp is one of the worst fucking things, dude.
I have drank a cigarette before.
You know when you ever have...
Side note.
You ever smell... What is it?
I have drank a cigarette before.
Oh, I've done that.
Or my dad spit.
I've done that
in
on my own spit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had 2 water bottles sitting kind of like this, and I had one that was chaw, and I had one that was my actual water bottle, and I wasn't looking. I was sitting there playing a video game, dude, and I was just like, oh no, it was at my side, and I just fucking picked it up, and whoop, and then as soon as I did it, I was like, and then I just right back into it, set it down, like, no. I felt like I was going to fucking throw up.
Yeah.
But, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. You fucked me up, dude.
Sorry.
Oh, when they're chronic smokers.
Yeah.
You've had chronic smokers in your life
In my
before,
life,
right?
yeah, definitely.
You know how they get that, it's like that sour cigarette smell breath? Like when it's stale cigarettes?
Yeah, yeah.
And they talk.
Yeah.
That's fucking nasty, dude.
Uh-huh.
When I think about how I probably smelled when I smoked.
You never smell bad, though.
When I smoked?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-mm. That's good.
It just smelled like kind of like normal cigarette smoke, which I don't like. People.
I like the smell of cigarette smoke, which is bad, but
tobacco is great.
I love tobacco. Tobacco is.
It's probably, I don't know if it's great for you, but
it's terrible.
It smells good. Well, I heard nicotine's actually good for you.
Can be, I think.
It's the bullshit that they add in to make the cigarettes keep burning. That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, the rat poison and shit.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck else is in there.
Yeah, because nicotine actually calms neural activity. So if you're somebody with high anxiety,
but it's a stimulant, isn't it?
Oh shit, your battery's very low.
It's a stimulant, isn't it?
That I don't know. What I did hear was that schizophrenics tend to be chain smokers.
Really?
And one of the things that they found out with that was the reason they do it is because the nicotine, which only works like it's like a 15-minute spike of where they get relief from it. That's why they chain smoke. But when they take in the nicotine, it calms neural activity. So they're, instead of being paranoid and fucking crazy all the time, it actually lets them chill out. Vince is crawling away from us right now. I don't know if the microphone's hearing his
have a personal moment with
hips cracking. I'm going to put the headphones on. Ooh. Yeah, these headphones are nice.
No, they're not.
Except I can hear my voice now, and I'm not a big fan.
I'm not really a fan of my voice either.
Yours sounds good. I sound like somebody who regained speech after having a bad accident. That's like my normal
I don't think my voice is that great, man.
It is. It's clear.
It's kind of nasally. Do I have a nasally voice?
I don't hear that.
No.
No.
Okay. That's good.
Do you want your headphones back?
No, you can have them for a while.
Shitty part is we might have to wrap this up soon.
I know. We've already gone more. We can wrap it up now.
You want to?
Not really, but we can.
No, but like I said, we're gonna try to do. I want to do like 2 a week if we can.
2 a week would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Good content, and you've pulled up stuff that you wanted to talk about, which was great. I'll probably bring up some stuff.
Yeah, do that
next week or next, and we can discuss that.
But thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Really appreciate you being here. Again, you can always visit us on our Patreon page, Guardians of Discourse. If you want to donate, we really appreciate it. We're going to keep this going, and hopefully we can continue having more stuff to talk about. Football is going to be coming around the corner. I'm a huge football fan. I don't know if you're a big sports guy.
Well, my Raiders got here last week.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you into just football in general?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Almost all the big Trinity here.
I do want to do some fantasy stuff eventually because I'm big into fantasy football. And then sports in general. Video games. I love video games. I know you're not much of a video game guy, but
What the fuck would you say that?
I'm just saying.
I love video games.
I don't know.
It's hard when you have family.
I know. I'm not judging you.
I'm not saying you don't have a family, but when you have like a little kid,
I don't have the same kind of family.
There you go.
Can always. I don't really post a whole lot on there right now, but you can go on Twitter if you want to. We are. It is GODiscourse. So it's GODiscourse.
Say that one more time. That sounded weird.
GODiscourse.
GoDiscourse?
GODiscourse.
Okay.
GODiscourse.
Right on. We love you fuckers.
And then we also have our SoundCloud, Guardians of Discourse, as well. But yeah, this has been it's been great, dude.
It's been awesome.
I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for setting this up. We're just gonna keep at it.
You're welcome, man. We're just gonna keep it going. All right, guys. Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys again next week.
Bye.